Can the world hear me? So this is the Rouge Racing Rambles racing stream live from Brands Hatch in Kent, the Garden of England, where my mother used to hop pick quite a lot as the kiddie winkle before the war. Now, what we're going to say, this is the final of the Hugh Hatrick Touring Car Racing Championship with a group of very, very nice nutters and a new person who I don't know with an almost impossible name to say, so if I'm saying something weird, it's probably his name. I am joined by the lovely Simon, who used to have a cat called Jerry. He's not called Jerry, but he answers to it when he wants to, and he's some kind of weird canary yellow redneck from Norfolk. Say hello, Simon.
Hello, Simon. How are you, Andrew?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
Good. Looking forward to this very eagerly anticipated final round.
I have been given a spanner. Oh, I'm using the wrong I keep using the wrong keyboard. Oh, I can boast about having a spanner using this one. I have a spanner. Right, so I'm closing that one so it doesn't tax my doodah. I'm clicking that one, which is me, and that means I can see the chat that we have. Now, I suppose what I better do is join the track, spectate. I'm not going to be joining with my car. So, Simon, what's happening? What's going to be interesting to see on this thing that we're doing now?
Well, let's talk about the second split first of all, shall we? Because obviously, looking at the grid, we've got our new driver, All-Alonatron. We've now learned how to pronounce their name.
All-Alonatron. I knew that.
And we have been seen they're pretty nifty, pretty quick, so it'll be interesting to see if they're able to pull a gap at the start or they'll still hang around with the others. And we have Followed Me there, well known in the series. He's still another quick driver.
They are,
obviously normally we would have had Diako here, but he's not here, but Moomin will now be after that. He's sitting third.
Not there, where is he? There he is, Moomin, there's Moomin.
Then we have cars in that, well, like that just spanning.
Where's Ian?
Brand spanking new livery, the best one I've ever seen.
Terrible livery that. I mean, look at the horrible colours. That apart from the nice British racing green, is that funny yellowy yellow colour, isn't there? What does that mean? What does that do?
It's got yellow and green, I believe, of a certain football club. Yeah.
Is that from the special acronym on the side? Loads of trouble, usually serious.
Oh, maybe.
For those people who wonder, this is Jerry NCF1. So Jerry has listed 3 of his favourite things. Jerry, his old cat, who died of being loved too much at an old age. And if you ever watch Jerry's channel, which you should, because it's very good, he's got a picture of it behind. And also, isn't it your, not the avatar, look a picture, the thumbnail. That's your cat as well,
correct.
Isn't it?
Yes,
yes.
It's the same picture, yeah.
NC stands for some strange pig-kicking team. I believe it's called football.
Yeah, that's correct.
Or association football, if you want people that like to say soccer and need a slap.
And then the F1 bit, obviously, well, I like F1, but motorsport in general.
Motorsport in general, and he follows things like the motorsport. He goes there and tells us what it's like. Goes to brands. Goes to British touring cars, all that kind of stuff. So he's excellent. So, Whisky File. It's JD, the man with the whiskey and the aeroplanes. Very good. We like JD as well. Join his. So I will, when this finishes, I'll modify the description to include a link to the channels of all the people I can think of that are very important in this. I would like, if you don't mind, the magical Guinness mushroom live from the lovely Ireland, Dublin, to just say hello, please.
Hello, good evening. Hello.
That is the wonderful Richie, DJ Supremo. He'll be getting a link to his channel. He's also streaming this too, so if you want to see a better version of this, go on his channel. But unfortunately, it'll still be me talking. But you'll get probably more of Simon.
Wonderful. More of me, you can't complain, can you?
No. Well, Simon's doing this because we needed someone that knew what they were doing, knew what they were talking about, and is vaguely sensible to keep me in check.
Yeah, keep you in check, that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Yes. Though I've been to Slovakia and the Czech Republic. I don't know which one.
It's not called that anymore, is it? What's it called now? Czech Republic?
Well, the Republic of Czech, is it?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called now. My mother
changed again, is it? Because it was the Czech Republic and because they split in the most amicable way possible. They called it the Velvet Revolution. Before it was Czechoslovakia, and it sort of split. But you could get over there.
Yeah, it's got a different name.
Well, what a bit of a drive to the Tatra factory, which is a wonderful place.
What else have we got to tell people? There's something new we're doing before today's race.
Ah, yes. What we're doing is that in a punishment to the commentators, they are forcing us to do a parade lap, which means one of us, Simon, will be driving around very slowly in the front with his lights flashing at everybody, and if he doesn't get arrested for flashing, here I will be going through.
And can I declare now I am using a PlayStation pad, not a wheel, so it will look like I'm driving as if I'm intoxicated.
Excellent. Well, that's good. Because I mean, it seems that when I drive,
I will go as slow as I can to make it look smooth and intentional, but we'll see.
As long as you crash, I'll be happy.
Damo is after typing into the chat Norwich FC shield on the door. At least he won't end up in the netting.
Oh dear. We won today, I don't care.
Right, JD just put in our chat for our stream that he is debuting, he's a debutant, a whole new livery for 2022. Ooh, right, I think we've seen enough of that snot green and yellow one. So we've got Moomin, who's nice white and pearl. Yeah. Moomin? No, golden.
Sorry.
Got Falconer from New Zealand. Now he's got several disadvantages. He's driving upside down. He's near where Peter Jackson comes from, which is always a disappointment to me. Though I do love New Zealand and its mountains. Well, I loved it even more before Peter Jackson ruined the Lord of the Rings. And he's also driving at something stupid in the morning, I would imagine. But he's great. We like him. We like him.
We do. We love him.
Nice Coca-Cola livery there. D-Max Racing. Dun dun dun. For anyone that likes thrillers and the crudes. Dun dun dun. Lots of orange. There's orange there. He's also from New Zealand, I believe. Is that New Zealand? Oh, you see, I'm going to get this wrong, aren't I? How many stars are on it?
Oh. Yeah, there's not many. I think it's a New Zealand.
Yeah, 4 stars. Okay, good. It's 7 stars on the Australian one.
And they're red, aren't they? Because Australian stars are white. Am I right?
I can't remember.
And New Zealand ones are red.
Doesn't the Australian one have a Union Jack underneath, or something underneath the Union Jack, and the New Zealand one doesn't?
Yeah,
that's what I thought. It's just,
But I always thought New Zealand were red stars and Australia was white.
Well, there is one thing I can say for sure. Falconer NZ is New Zealand, and it's the same flag as D-Max, so Don is from the same place. That works for me.
That confirms it.
Now, so follow me, 1978. That's Peter from Poland. We know as Peter from Poland. That's a kind of a goldy green. That's a very similar colour to my old Scirocco, proper Scirocco, Mark II.
Lovely.
Yeah. Interesting. It's kind of a goldy green, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely shiny effect.
Yeah, metallic. And he is originally from Poland, but now lives somewhere in England.
The Falconer NZ has Aussie flag has an extra star under the Union Jack, so that's it. That's how you know, without having to look at the colours. Thank you, Falconer.
Now the Hatrick is eating his supper before his race. Is that Simon or Eddie from Guest House Party?
I've never seen it, so I wouldn't know.
I haven't seen it, but I have seen a retrospective review of it. And it looked...
I have had so-called friends call me Sheldon, which I don't appreciate. Nah.
Well, you see, I've never been a fan of Bottom, and it's Bottom, isn't it? So, but in film form.
Okay, so the film. Well, I know Eddie.
Yeah. Thingy Guest House Party. So, you know.
Blimey.
Simon, are you ready with the safety car?
I can be very shortly.
Power Maxi from Deutschland. Oh, I do like that one. Oh, I love those colours. The black and the powder blue, green, turquoisey stuff. Very nice. And then our new person, Alalonatron, and he's probably not from Italia, but I'm saying it like that anyway because it sounds good.
Richie, if you can just change the settings for us, because I can't enter the car otherwise.
Now the fastest lap is by Mikey. What's Mikey doing in there apart from racing? Mikey's in the faster group if I remember correctly. Oh, well, let me just check my special Discord channel.
Thank you.
Yes, he is. In fact, he's got the third fastest time. Well, not actually got the third. He's got the fifth fastest time. But there were 2 3-second penalties for the drivers deliberately supporting bad teams in football. I don't know, whatever. So anyway, the organisers, Trinity Mediatron, decided that we needed more action, and therefore. Right, so this nutter here with the orange is DJ Supremo, also known as Richie, the person you heard on the phone a little bit earlier, cutting in, our magical organiser and #1 ace person from the very strange Isle of the Great Crack, which is my terrible Southern Irish accent. There you go, I'll stop it now before I get punched in the face. Woo, what are we doing? So, now this is split into 2 races, okay, so that you get a similar sort of level of skill. Split 1, split 2. Split 2 is the first race, which is wonderfully confusing. Alright? So split 2 is the first race. It's the slower race, the lower division. This is where, I don't know, Nottingham Forest that I used to support probably are now. But all terribly good with each other. And we have on the grid, we will go through when they start doing the this is our man Jerry Forever 2016. This is Simon, who may or may not be talking a little bit while he's doing the driving and not crashing.
Let me know when everyone's ready, and then I shall make my way up.
I will follow you out. I'm going to follow you out the pit lane, and then I'll go through everyone in order, line astern.
We're on the grid. We're on the grid.
Okay,
I'm now on my way out.
So, in this wonderful, I'll show you the livery. Oh, buggerations. I'll come out and go back in because it's doing that thing where it won't let me. Where are you? There you are. Okay. So.
Okay, I'm at Paddock Hill Bend. If the guys want to get going, or they can get going.
This is the livery of.
Follow me.
Designed by Diako.
We got all of them
for HHTCR, lights flashing, ready to go. Let's just make sure we've got. Yep, displaying everything. That's what I wanted. Right, let's go through it. So, they should be in kind of order. Let's go in order properly. We've got all Alonatron. Where are you? Why is it not showing me? There you go. There's all Alonatron in his Digital Car Culture livery, who qualified the top of Split 2, followed by Peter from Poland. Where are you? Oh, for goodness sake! Why is it not? There you go. Keep moving. There's Peter from Poland, who's not moving. So obviously got a bit of a problem, but you can see in the gorgeous. There you go. He's moving. He's moving. Gold and goldy green and black. Very attractive livery. Can't think of the word. Followed by that would normally be Diako, the wonderful Dirk, who even though he rides a air-cooled V-twin American bike of dubious origin, is still brilliant bloke. That's his car. I have been permitted to finally mention the fact that this car, driven by... What the hell am I doing? Where's he gone? There, thank you. Press the wrong button. This car here would be Diakobub's car driving around, being driven by the gorgeous organiser and magical Guinness fairy Richie Roo. Who
we're going to just run Diako's car just for the parade lap because unfortunately he can't make it here with us tonight, but He's here with us in spirit, and we miss him, and hope he enjoys his game. And he's been very, very helpful with everything with HHTCR. He's done so much, all these liveries, so many liveries he's done, and we just want to say thanks to him.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, I'm not jealous of the horrible person for being so talented, but he did a brilliant job.
Run 2 laps, Jerry, on this. This is nice.
We're going for 2.
Go for 2.
Yeah, go for 2.
Okay.
Now we have Moomin Papa, who is about to say something right now because he appeared and I interrupted him in the.
You want me to go quicker, Moomin?
Carry on, Rube. You're fine.
So it's that
through the cars, yeah.
That voice we just heard there was Moomin, who's also another person that's been part of the organisation team, doing a fantastic job here, along with Diako, and we've got to mention Matt, who would normally be commentating and streaming this, but he's also, I won't say sadly indisposed. I'm hoping he's having a great time. You know, he's not dead or limbs falling off, though. You know, he's way too good looking. He deserves to have his limbs fall off. But yeah, Moomin has done a superb job, and that's his wonderful shiny silver and purple Peugeot, and he qualified 4th in this with a time of 1:30.458. Then we have, let's go to Ian, who I have decided to call Puntomatic, because his favourite game is when we're doing something silly on one of Richie's track tour days. Ian likes to find me and smash me off the circuit, which is fair enough. It's fair enough. I just wish he wouldn't do it when I was just gathering pace and getting used to the track, but you know, whatever, I'll kill him later. So he qualified 5th. Then we've got D-Max Racing from absolutely definitely New Zealand. We know this now. Okay, let's have a good look. And his nice little
sector times. I'm setting purple sector times.
And he qualified 6th. That is Don from New Zealand, who's also driving upside down. And then we have from Germany, Große Deutschland, fantastisch, Mann. This is Power Maxi. Look at that. I do like those colours. I really do like those colours.
Yeah, they are good, aren't they?
Oh, just nice. It pops. It really pops.
Yeah.
And then last on the grid, where is he? In this Coca-Cola white, black, and red car, also from New Zealand, which you can tell from his name, also driving upside down. Falconer, NZ being New Zealand. And I can't do that accent. I know that you've got to kind of compress it a bit more. New Zealand, I can't know. It always ends up Australian, and it's a terrible thing to do to a Kiwi. Make him sound like an Australian.
New Zealand, and he always used to say something to do with the eyes, fish and
yeah, it's New Zealand. It's kind of everything compresses back to the back of the night. Oh, that went South African. So this is why I just got to stop doing it. Every now and again I can get it right, but whatever.
I'm pulling into the pits, all right. So if everyone
let's watch Jerry pull into the pits, and then I would imagine Richie does something magical, and everyone ends up. So, Hatrick saying nice things. Well, it's new. Okay, Whiskey File, JD from America. He's come back out again.
He wouldn't let me cancel for some reason.
You have to exit, and I probably have to exit too.
That's what I was doing, so I don't know what that's all about.
So.
But I'm out. Okay.
We're now waiting for something to happen. Yeah, what's given New Zealand has been governing itself since 1856. Is it really that new anymore? Well, it's new in the sense that it's not Old Zealand. Old Zealand being in the Netherlands. So, yes, it is new. Maybe they should call it slightly newer Zealand. Maybe that would be a more accurate name. But that, you know. Some New Zealanders don't care about accuracy because they make crap films about Lord of the Rings and change everything to turn it into a crap Hollywood film.
Ready when you are, Richie.
Here we go.
I'm bitter.
So, Richie's just getting the grid sorted, I do believe, and then we'll be starting very shortly.
Marvellous.
And like Richie said, have a good race, everyone. Enjoy, that's the most important thing.
He's started the final. So let's get to the front. I'm going to have to exit and come back in because it's stupid like that. It doesn't let me do anything. Change the... Come on, get in there.
Oh.
Yay! Woohoo! So
I haven't exited, have I?
No, you've got to exit, come back in, or you won't be able to change the angle you're looking at. It's welcome to Gran Turismo.
My
Sport.
car is there, which is the problem, but I will get rid of it, don't worry.
And they're off!
Oh, here we go.
Let's have a look. Pretty good start by the first four.
Ooh, bit of argy-bargy there.
Yeah, Norwich City, elbows out.
Nothing too serious, everyone's getting into a line astern. And
nice and clean so far. Moomin's got the inside line.
Protected. Oh, and then he went a bit. Yeah, no. Oh, and
bit of grass cutting by Pete from Poland. He's lost a place. Ian with that
gone down there.
Weird colour car.
Quickly took advantage of that little mistake.
Moomin took an early entrance to the corner, whereas All Alonetron did a nice late apex, so got a good drive down this straight.
As they power up towards Hawthorne's bend. Oh, and All Alonetron took it a little bit too hard there, but kept it together well.
Round Hawthorne's, down Derek Minter Straight. This is Dingledell, isn't it?
Yeah, Dingle down to Sheen.
Sheen curve. Oh, Sheen. Oh, a bit of grass cutting there. That's not good.
And then into Stirling's. A lot of people think it's named after Stirling Moss. It's not. It's after a farm nearby, apparently.
Oh, okay. Not named after an airplane, then?
Not that either, no.
Ooh. Sheen curve, which goes to Clearways. Round Clark curve that's coming in the home straight. Brabham Straight, which a lot of people think is named after Jack Brabham, and they're right.
I thought you were going to say they're wrong. I'm sure it was.
No, I was just being silly. The late great Sir Jack Brabham, 3 times world champion, and so far the only person to win in a team of his own name.
His own name, yeah, exactly. Oh, and Follow Me's got his place back off Cars at the moment.
Right, let's go round.
But Cars has got it back. He got a good drive away going into 30s.
Ooh, he nearly couldn't stop.
Got back to third.
So far, All Alonetron's got the fastest lap.
You hear those tyres squealing, almost giving up on him each time.
No, don't do it to me. You are a horrible. They're all foreign tyres.
But at the moment, the first two are sort of pulling out a bit of a lead, but they're not really racing each other. Moving there in second.
Well, it's a bit behind, so we can't really do much about it. Just keep it tidy, keep it going.
But All Alonetron, our new racers, looking very impressive, looking very clean and tidy.
Well, as much as obviously Ian's, a young oik in his strange colours, bashing me out of the way every time I'm just trying to be left alone. He is very quick and he's doing a great job. But he is under a lot of pressure from Peter from Poland, who's another great racer, a really good driver on these things. I mean, I'm biased because I'm rubbish, so they're all better than me. Simon's better than me. He didn't crash on that outlap, did he? So there you go. We are getting a good view. Oh Lord, understeer. Yeah, but so was I earlier, and I still managed to nearly crash at Graham Hill Bend. And has he got him up the inside? He's got the outside line. Go around Surtees. Graham Hill Bend.
Into Cooper Straight. Oh, he's got a penalty. He's just evaded those track limits a bit, and he's gathered himself a penalty. That's
typical. He tried to bribe the ref, and it didn't work. Right, let's go back a bit further. So,
really
Falconer, who's got a 6-second lead, so 6 seconds odd behind. You got Falconer, who's got a 6-second lead over Power Maxi, who's got no lead over foot behind him because he's at the back, but still doing so much better than me. So from the front, All Alonetron is nearly 2 seconds ahead, so 1.9 to 2 seconds ahead of Moomin, our very own Moomin, who is 2.1. Let's just watch him go around this. 2.1 seconds ahead of Peter from Poland. Follow Me, 1978. who is doing... Oh, is about a second ahead of Don, D-Max Racing. Don Max Racing, I guess.
Made his way past Ian now in cars. He's made his way past.
So Ian's going backwards. He's obviously got a bus under his brakes and his tyres have decided
Ian served his penalty and he had and D-Max through.
Served his penalty and got banned from the FA Cup.
Stopped all that.
What? And then Falconer Power Maxi. So let's go. I mean, at the moment, the only sort of proper... This is about the most action-packed bit of the race.
At the moment, yeah, with Ian and D-Max, he's trying to fight his way back, isn't he? He's definitely got the pace, you know, to be up there in third, really.
He needs to
Brands
bring
Hatch
himself
is
under
notoriously
control.
difficult for passing, notoriously difficult. So.
Yep, it certainly is. I think this is probably one of the places where Jason Plato learnt that he's got a push to pass button. It's called his don't use the brakes, punt into the person behind. He was good at it.
Yeah, very good. He still is, to be fair. Though he'll moan about everyone else who does it. Anyway,
Oh, of course. Like all good racing drivers, he's nothing if not egotistical and loose with the truth.
But generally the best passing place that I found is Druids, because even if you take it up the inside, say if it's up the inside, or the driver ahead of you blocks that, you take the outside line and you can try and hold it around the outside. You then have the inside line for Sterling's after that. So that is a general area where you need to be able to get close and choose the line you want to go.
So that means that the Paddock Hill Bend, which we're entering now, is essential because you've got to get or keep close to the car in front.
You've got to just carry the speed. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to be too close. If you get too close, you get some dirty air and that can sort of disturb the car. Sometimes it's best to just brake maybe a touch earlier and then get the slingshot down the hill where maybe the car ahead of you tries to go a bit too late on the brakes, and then you gain that back as you're going up the hill towards Druids. So there's different ways of trying to attack that corner and trying to rotate. I mean,
okay, I know I sort of like say these things as a jokey thing, but in all seriousness, it's one. It catches out an unsettled car. So
it does,
if you try to push, it's gonna go wrong, because it's downhill, it's off camber, and it tightens. So these are all things that are going to spit you off into the gravel. So what you need to do is be under control, smooth as anything, and whoa! I don't Have we got a penalty? Track limits? Yes, I thought there would be somehow. Sorry, Don. You were a little bit... What's the expression? Greedy with the curb.
Very fair there. He's done it straight away, and that's allowed Ian.
Indeed. Well, he's a good guy. So let's see. We have 22 minutes of this race left to go. We're on lap 5. And I'm thinking that perhaps what I would like to do is to go to the leader and the new guy, All Alonitron, who is All Alonitron at the front, 3.9 seconds ahead. Let's just follow him for a lap, so we can see what he's doing.
It reminds me of Nigel back in 1992. You know, they would never, he'd always be miles out ahead, and you'd never see him, until the end of the race.
We have some details about the new racer I put into the Discord.
Ooh!
Thank you.
Marvellous. Let's have a look. Dun, dun, dun,
I do remember seeing this. Yeah, so Alonitron, he is male, located UK, job on market data stuff.
What?
He's a year older than me, 41.
Ooh, young person.
He's a dad of 2, under 12, played Gran Turismo since 1998. He's waiting for Gran Turismo 7 and ATC on PS5, as it was clunky on PS4. It isn't quite suited the PS4. Can also be found doing Dirt Rally 2.0 championships with digital car culture guys. And his setup is he's got a G29 and a PlayStation Challenge, and currently drag it into the lounge to play. Not quick at all. Well, I tend to disagree. He's proven himself very well there. He's keeping that. He's trying to hide that under the rug, isn't he? But he enjoys playing. Now, glad you enjoy
playing it down.
He's looking very impressive in this race, big time.
Like that. Not quick at all. Yeah, I'm really quick. Yeah.
He'll definitely be someone who's probably quick enough for split one, really.
Well, let's have a look at this time to see how consistent it is. We're going to move on to somebody else in a second, but it's here 130.3, 130.5, 130.2, 130.1, 130.4. That's pretty consistent, don't you think?
Yeah, in race trim, that's, I would say, it'd be fairly competitive in split one.
Well, if we can just have a look at the qualifying times for split one, he was yeah, I mean, the slowest time in the qualifying for split one was 1:32.55 by our mate Dougie, who's not going to be able to join us, unfortunately. All of the time was 1:32.56.
When you're in a race situation, it's hard to keep on that lap in.
It was a thousandth of a second he missed out on.
Thousandths of a second. Yeah. That's what I was just trying to sort of say. There is 1,000th of a second difference. So yeah, I mean, absolutely. So he is all alone in front of this.
We'll look at split one. Yeah, and look at the other drivers. We'll see what sort of times they put together.
And follow me going on.
Well, I'm on Moomin right now. As you say, follow me is only 0.3 of a second behind, so we'll do that. I was just looking at.
So used a tactic what I always
they're
say.
all about 1:31 times for Moomin. He's going, he tried to go around the outside.
He's not being cautious.
Well, he tried to go around the outside and just got his outside wheels onto the rough. That's unfortunate. He was trying to take a late apex and it didn't quite work out for him.
Yeah, and on that paddock hill bend, trying to take a late apex is if you get it right, well done to you. If you don't,
spits you off. You have to go in.
Yeah, it goes badly if you get it slightly wrong. So.
I suppose it's a case of to be able to do a late apex because it's trying to pop you out because of the off camber. You've got to go in that much slower, which of course you don't want to because you want to go fast. So it's
perhaps it was the commentator's curse. As soon as we switched over to him, the nerves got to him. That's maybe what it was. That's maybe what it was, Peter.
Yes, that's because the car in front is unique, except for the car behind and the one behind that one. And that one. Okay, so let's. We've been following Moomin for a little bit. I want to give people a chance to. So now we're going to follow cars for a little bit. And let's just have a quick look, see if there's anybody close. No one's close.
To be fair to Pete from Poland, he's catching cars very quickly. he's obviously
let's go with Pete from Poland, and let's go back to Pete from Poland.
Yeah, you'll soon see if you keep the cards, you'll see Pete from Poland very quickly. He is.
Well, I'm on board with Pete from Poland now, watching cars go off into the gravel.
Gone wide. Yeah, he's going to have him here. He's definitely going to have him here. Yeah. So dirty tyres.
You get there's two like eyes, a green and a pink one on the back of Peter from Poland's car, and when it goes through the dappled shade and sun, they flash at you. That's quite clever. I wonder if he did that on purpose.
Maybe.
Now that's interesting because it's easier to follow, and of course
penalties there because they did go wide. I know you can sometimes on Graham Hill Bend they do let you get away with it, which it seems as though they have done there. That does give you a bit of leeway on that corner.
I was just going to say that when you're following and you've got sort of like your target in your sights, sometimes you get a bit quicker. So while Peter was catching Ian's now sort of catching Peter back up again after that little mistake he made.
I know exactly how that feels. When I've been go-karting, I'm better when I've got someone right. Oh, here we go. Ian's dangerous corner to go for it.
Oh, that was so clean though. They gave each other room. That was superb. I love that. Yeah. So clean. Well done, lads.
Ian decided on the sensible side just to hold back there. I think he knew it was going to end in tears otherwise.
Obviously, neither of these people could be called a Verstappen.
No. But when I've been go-karting, when you've got someone in front of you, you're going quicker and you've got a target to focus on, exactly like you said. But as soon as you've got no one in front of you and there's someone behind you, you just go slow because you're always looking behind you all the while. And it's a complete role reversal. Well,
you've got no gauge for your braking either.
Yeah, so exactly.
Again, I always remember interviews with Paddy Hopkirk talking about the Monte Carlo Rally and all this kind of stuff when he was in his minis, and they were saying that at night especially there would, or any time of the day, people behind you would drive off of your brake lights. So they used to have knock-off switches. So they'd let them get into a bit of a a bit of a not a routine. What's the word? Pattern. Switch him off and watch him fly off the road, which is naughty. Very, oh, Ian, going to be greedy on the corner again. I do that.
He was setting some good times. He was setting personal best there.
Hey, that's cool. It's these late apex off-camber corners that spit you off, because if you enter slow, and this is the problem I have, is that I tried to enter slow to get round the corner. This has brought him into the range and sights of Don.
But it's Sterling, when you get Sterling's right, it's really satisfying. You know, you think, oh, gain some time. You know when you gain time. You
need a late apex so you can get a good drive down that long straight afterwards.
Yeah, definitely.
Diako has just entered the chat.
Hey!
How we doing, mate? How we doing?
So that's in your chat, is it, Richie?
That's in my chat, it is indeed.
Hello, Diako, how you doing?
I hope the basketball game either went well or was going well, which was half time.
I like basketball. I do like basketball. We used to. It's the only live basketball match I've ever saw. Was we were taken at school by our sports teacher, who was on the Krypton Factor back in the 80s as well, and he took us to see the Leicester Walkers, who had just changed their name from the Leicester Planters, because Planters Peanuts, Leicester.
Yes.
So, but then they got sponsored by the big local Leicester corporation.
Confectionery,
Well, Walker's Crisps.
Yeah.
I grew up 6 miles from the Walker's Crisp factory, Thurmaston, between Loughborough and Leicester.
Carl seems to have Ian settled down again a bit. He's setting some his quicker sector times again, so he's starting to pull a little gap to D-Max behind him.
It's got half, 6/10 of a second. Oh, he's lost a little bit on that corner.
Yeah, if Brent touch for straight and track, you'd be gaining, and all of a sudden one corner can ruin the whole lap.
It's what I suppose you could call a technical circuit, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You've got to get lots of there's I'm not going to say there's no flow, because there is a flow, but it's a flow that you need to be very under control.
Yeah, that's what I like. I find a flow around this. It's I think it's definitely got a flow.
Oh, look at that understeer sliding.
Oh yeah, D-Max has got a run on him. But if you use, like I say, if you always use your common sense, you just hold back on the paddock hill bend and wait till drills. Let's see what he does. He's got a good run. That's exactly what he needed. Right.
How is he doing? He's going to go around the outside. He's taking a late apex, a wide line.
He's going to take it tight.
Yep, he's stayed closed.
Yeah, and Ian's doing very well to cover off the lines as well.
He missed the apex though. He missed the apex. He needs to send it a telegram. Let's see how we go here. Nice and smooth, nice and tidy.
Yeah,
cut him back in. It's close. So what's the slipstream like set up on this track? This circuit.
It's still set as real.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you very much. Our Richie, always listening, ready to tell me what I need to know. What a good lad. So, go to his channel, like, subscribe, share, send him money, send him Guinness, send him gold. Gold standard.
Gold bars. Oh,
yes.
Here we go.
Gold blend. 3 types of finest coffee beans.
I thought he was going to go right, but he again
Buffy the Vampire
just held back.
How'd you go from Gold Blend adverts to Buffy the Vampire Slayer to then end up on Radio 4 in one of the funniest things that's ever been? Cabin Pressure. He plays one of the captains. He's like a guest star.
Yeah, unlucky he's gone wide there, D-Max. That's unlucky. I think he just got caught
Hercules
into following cars of slipstream there, and he was just overspeed and missed his braking point a bit there.
Yep. Well, he ended up he went a bit wide. Ended up on the gravel a bit, which sent him up for a not clapper, aka a fishtail, which slowed him right down.
Gives Ian a bit of breathing space again, see if he can get his head down to try and catch following Peter from Poland up in third.
Well, he's got 4 seconds, yeah, 4 seconds.
And he's got just over 10 minutes to do it. Whether that's possible, we'll see.
Just over 10 minutes. We're on lap 13 of what will probably be, let's say, it's a 1.5 minute per lap. So what's it going to be? About 18 laps, something like that? 17, 18 laps?
It's going to be tight, isn't it? That sort of crossover.
Right, let's go through. We have 9 seconds in the lead, sliding about a bit now. There's no tyre wear, so it's not because of that. We've got All Alonetron, who's all alone, and E-Troning at the front. A-Troning. Then we have 9.3 seconds back. Moomin Papa. Mooming around Brands Hatchenegg. Okay. Then, also Brands Hatchting his way around the track. 6 seconds behind. Follow me, 1978. Peter from Poland, who's pushing. Then we've got Ian doing his ting. Also pushing. He can see his adversaries in the head, but can he catch them up? Oh!
He was catching, but now he's
that wasn't good. Is there going to be a penalty? I'm not sure. It's going to.
He might have got away with it. He got away with it.
I think he did. He hasn't done that yet. Then Don, who can still see his adversary, only 1.8 seconds behind. He's not giving up. He's going for it again. Pretty consistent times. He had a bit of a problem on lap 13. You can see he did a 1:32.4, but you know, pretty good. Then let's go back and see what's happening a bit further. 14 seconds back, we've got Falconer, who's sort of having a bit of a struggle. Oh, excuse me, getting a bit of a struggle getting around there. What's that corner called again, sir? He's Surtees. He was having a little bit of a struggle getting around Surtees.
I have to say, I'm just looking at all Alonetron here. The consistent lap times are really impressive.
Really, you can always tell when someone's really got a handle in the driving. You know, no matter how. Oh, bless! I've got a feeling that Falconer is on a pad. By the looks of it, I don't know if anybody knows any information about that, but he's still doing a lot better than me. He's not crashed. I know that
looking
doesn't sound
at the inputs, it could be slightly, he could be on the pad, it's hard to tell.
It's a bit sort of, you see, you can't.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, come on, he's still doing superb though.
Driving that safety car on a pad is really difficult. It's been years since I've really properly used a pad. Anyone who's quick on a pad, I give all credit to.
Well, I'm not quick on a pad, and I think I'm unusual and unique in that I use the motion controller like a steering wheel. Right. So I was okay. I mean, I wasn't quick by any means, and it used to get really frustrating because I couldn't feel. I did quite a few laps at Brands when I first got the PlayStation, when Mr. Hatrick gifted me the PlayStation and the game, and you know, just getting used to it in the McRae and Hutch special that is my go back to consistent car, because I know how it handles and I've got it set up how I like it. So you know. Let's go now back to Power Maxi, see how it's doing in that beautiful livery. Let's have a good look. Here he is.
Just a quick thing I noticed with Diako, he's a bit disappointed. He missed this race for another certain poor performance of his basketball team by the sounds of it. They defeated. So he sounds disappointed. But anyway, Diako, glad you're here with the chat.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for you to be here. It's good for you to be here. We miss you. Miss you, mate.
Well, we're getting to 7 minutes to go now. Ian is now through.
Power Maxi, obviously he's a future Valley driver. He's decided on this occasion he wanted to cut the grass. That's what I do.
Oh, now all of a sudden, Follow Me must have made a mistake, because Ian's now only just less than 2.5 seconds behind. He is, Jane, I would say Follow Me made a mistake somewhere.
Let's go on in car shot, because I know.
Ian is flashing his lights. He's using Scotty's tactic, so he is flashing his lights. Oh, this could get interesting. We have literally now coming up to 6 minutes left in this race. This could get interesting for the last position.
Yeah, these three cars are only 4 seconds between the extremities, 2 seconds between each car.
Yeah, it could be a three-way fight for third place.
Yeah.
Very close. Literally, Ian is dragging D-Max along as well, so this is pretty good.
It's what they say. Never give up, never surrender.
That's exactly what Neil Robertson said in the snooker today. He was 4-1 down to Mark Williams and came back to win 6-5. So.
Did he have, right, did he have Ellen Ripley in a ripped shirt telling him what the computer said though?
No.
Okay, so no Sigourney Weaver. I like, oh, no. Don's got a penalty.
Oh.
Oh, something weird's happening. It was ghosting there. That was really weird.
Ian's got it down to 1.6 seconds now at Drew, 1.5 seconds. He's still flashing those lights. He's spending a lot of time doing that.
Got the whine of the straight cut gearbox and the differentials. If anyone out there cares, and even if you don't care, I'm going to tell you anyway.
Scotty is giving instructions to cars to flash them lights.
It works, doesn't it? It seems to work. You know, Scotty should put a trademark on that, really.
I have to say, I never notice it. I mean, I'm far too busy noticing how much I'm not getting round a corner.
But once you start getting better and you're getting competitive, you've got people behind you and you're checking where they are, that's when you notice it.
Listen, I'm already too busy smarting under Scotty's disapproval of my slow pace. I can still hear his voice. He's over there. I can't remember, was it Kyoto? I told him what my time was and he just kind of like paused in his stream and went, oh, Roo, that's not good. Come on, mate. Well, it was the sort of the kind disappointment in his voice hurt more than any kind of taking a mick.
In Matty's, was it first issue, where we were at Nordschleife with Zavizic was there, and I was ahead of Scotty, and I braked for a corner and you shouldn't do. And he said, "You don't brake there." What's he doing braking there?
Trying to get round it, but this is the problem. It's like these corners here. I have to go very slow in because I can't be on the limit on these things. So then what happens? Someone comes up and punts me up the rear. It's like, what? So right, let's have a look at this. All Alonitron's has got the fastest lap, and it's a 1:29.939. Now let's remember that just to compare what the lap times are in Split 1.
And he's set that on lap 16. Shows you his focus has remained throughout the race. It's been excellent. 12-second lead over Newman. His fastest lap is a 1:30.391. Well done, Newman. Again, he's got some good consistent lap times there as well, all in the 30s.
Okay, so JD, Whisky File, is telling us jokes now after middle-aged Zealand. He goes, a priest, a minister and a rabbit walk into a barn. The rabbit says, I think I might be a typo. Twat.
Right.
Excellent.
All Alonitron's gone faster again on lap 18.
Yeah, another tenth, oh no, half a tenth I would say, but half a tenth he's took off. Excellent.
Because he likes it, let's... Oh no, not that. Hey, that's pointless.
Stupid angle.
Look, this is what it looks like.
At the end.
Yeah. Well, that's like a Verstappen, isn't it? I mean, that's Verstappen does that kind of stuff, doesn't he? Well, they all do.
We have just over 2 minutes. I think we're going to have this lap and next lap. I think... Andrew, I think that's how it's going to work.
I think so, yes. So lap 18 was his fastest lap. He knocked another 10th off. Well, no, it wasn't a 10th. So it was a 500.
He might get around for 21 if he goes quick enough.
Yeah, it's going to be tight, isn't it? We'll see.
Keep it smooth. Keep it on the track. You don't go faster by going off.
If he's got any sense, he won't though.
Exactly.
But what have we got? So, Cars has again got it down to 1.5 seconds. Is Peter from Poland going to keep his head together and keep it going?
So, what's his time? No, it's slower, 1:33.52. So, but it is 1:13. Will he get round? I don't think he'll get round in time. I think that's a bridge too far. Let's go back just quickly through. Let's go quickly through. Moomin Papa still in second, 14 seconds behind. 8 seconds behind him is Peter from Poland, who has kept a nice 2-second gap over our Ian with his strange British colours, British things, including Lotus, which is now owned by Proton. 2.7 seconds behind him is Don from New Zealand, doing a great job. What the hell am I doing that for? Stop it! Doing a great job of resisting the pooling in his brain by being upside down. 22.5 seconds is his country teammate, who they may be from completely different islands. They may live in completely different, like my great aunt. No, not my great aunt. I'm talking about my aunt and my uncle, Dorothy.
Okay, Andrew, I hate to interrupt you, but Alona Tron is now coming down into clear ways for the final time.
Always about to lap someone. Oh, he won't quite lap.
And he's coming down into the Badgered straight. Congratulations over the Guinness store for Alona Tron. Here we go. Well
Boom!
Done,
On a 1:30.209, excellent. Let's follow each one of them over the line.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's go to the movement. A solid performance of movement there.
Great drive, old man. I can call him that because he's nearly a year older than me.
There we go.
Ruined it at the end. Typical, no car control. But Pete from Poland.
And well done. Yeah, he's held on to that third place.
Third.
Well done.
Ian.
Well done, cars.
Fourth. Don. Fifth. Got time to talk about Auntie Dorothy and Uncle Dixie Dean, genuinely called Dixie Dean, who she was a nurse, he was a shepherd in Bluff in South Island, New Zealand. It's one of the reasons why I've wanted to do a New Zealand accent, you see. And there will be 45. No, come on, Pal Maxie, you can get round. Oh, I wanted to see him finish. And last, Jerry Forever in his safety car.
So you forgot to exit.
Totally forgot to exit.
At least I exited before it started as such, so that's the main thing.
There you go. Well, that's race 1, split 2 of the finale of the HHTCR Championship. We have some points allocated, but as I have not memorised the pointy things, hold on, let's have a quick look.
All the details will be put in the Discord if you don't want to.
I know, but it gives me something stupid to talk about. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. So there's 8 people going to be in the top one. So that's Alalonitron, that dinosaur from England. He is, or the UK will have 28 points, then it will go 26, 24, 22, 20, 18, 16 and some others after that. There you go. So, that was excellent. So, Mr. Richie Roo, do we save all of the interview things till the very end?
Yes.
Excellent, that's what I thought. I just thought I would check with the boss. That was some clean driving, says the Hugh Hatrick. Elbows Hatrick, he's going to do well today. I've got a good feeling about this. I've been coaching him as his chief engineer.
Oh, well, I haven't got a good feeling now.
Hey, listen, he's been getting fat on ACC with me as his engineer, talking him around.
Don't get me wrong, I think he's good driving. When you said you've been given some coaching, that worried me.
No, not coaching on how to drive, and we're talking about as an engineer. You know, this person's coming up. Yes, it's sort of like keeping people. He gets excitable. He's excitable, so he likes to go. You go. Oh, I'm going after you now. Going after you now. And you do what in the rallying world we used to call Mac attacks, where you go super fast for a very short period, and then you wrap yourself around a tree. And he doesn't do that anymore. He's calmed right down. It's almost like he's young again. No, the other way around. It's like he's old again. It's like he's dead. And he's not excited anymore. He's just faster.
Rue's coaching is helpful, Hugh says. A brilliant engineer. There we go.
Thank you. Right, so, now we're in this position, I can tell you Whiskey File's next joke. And if you've got any more, carry on, JD. A group of crows walk into a bar. I think it might be a murder.
Aha.
That only works for people that know the English language well enough to know that a murder of crows is the same as a flock of sheep.
Certainly do.
Not everybody does, though. I mean, people in America think that football's called soccer, even though that's just a sort of an abbreviation of association football. In other words, football. That's what it sounds out.
Well, Norwich City have in our training camp something called a soccer bot, and people keep blaming that for our form.
Soccer bot?
Yeah.
Is that where you put your socks? To be washed?
I don't know, but it's supposed to be some sort of thing to help them train, but it doesn't seem to work. Well, it worked today, anyway.
I mean, look, that's like baseball being called golf, and then golf being called association golf everywhere in the world. It makes no sense.
Exactly.
At least rugby has some kind of, how can I put it, link to the original game of football, where a bunch of people from two villages beat the crap out of each other over a barrel or a bit of a pig. For days on end.
Right, now what was I going to do?
Probably cry. Were you going to cry?
Yeah. No, sometimes my arrow disappears on the, the lobby screen, so I can't see where it's going. I was going to write a message of congratulations.
Just press off. Just press off and bring it to replay.
Yeah, I've got it back now, but I want to send a message to everyone. They're gone for the first bit. There you go.
Oh, hold on. I've just remembered something because you said something. There you go. I've just saved the race.
Is in. Tron is in.
I'm just resetting the room. I'm changing the time of day twice to bring it back.
Dun dun dun. So Ian's asking if you can stay in the lobby to...
I've answered him. I said that I've just to make sure we have 14 spots, but just to leave for the moment, just in case, just make sure everyone gets in, and then we'll figure it out after that.
I was going to say, I mean, personally, I have no thingy-be-thing-ting, whatever that... Yeah, I've got no objection. That's the word. I knew there's a word for it. Personally, as you say, as long as it doesn't stop actual racers from being there.
Objection.
Oh, who is Mickey? And why is he trying to say things? Let's just have a look. What's he trying to say? Oh, right. Fair enough. Okie dokie.
Who?
Oh, it's just...
Oh, no, it's one of those bots which I hidden for you.
Yes. No, that's the hidden's fine. I've just put him in a timeout so we can't do it again for a bit.
Right, so who do we have in here?
So, while Richie Roo, the magical Guinness fairy, is sorting out his stuff, I would like to reiterate for anyone just joining that this is the Hugh Hatrick touring car racing championship final round at the Garden of England in Kent, Brands Hatch. And that does not mean that it's a brand new hatch in something, it's just the name of it, which Simon will tell us why.
Brands Hatch is a beautiful track. It's got a real, how the best I can describe it is when you go there, say wherever you are on the track, as soon as the cars, especially on the first lap, all go up into the woodland area, it sounds spooky. It's like a haunted area because you hear those engines roaring away through the trees. It's got a real eerie feeling about it. There is something special.
Ooh. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, you don't quite get it anywhere else. Maybe Alton Park, I would say, but I haven't been there, so I can't say. But Brands Hatch, because you have round the pits and down the bottom end, the track's full fairly open. But as soon as you walk up to where where the wooded area, the woodland is, depending on where the cars are, and you hear the engine noises coming through the trees, it is a very sort of eerie feeling. I'd love to know what it would have been like the 26 turbo F1 cars back in the 80s.
Or truck racing. Did they do sheen in a truck?
Yeah, they do it at Snets, I think. They do it at Brands Hatch, I'm not sure. I think they do it on the Indy. I think they do it on the Indy circuit.
That's not something you want to be in the way of when you crash. Yes, sir.
Just to cut across you for just a moment. Carter, you can drop back into the lobby. Everyone else is here, so you can drop back in. Sorry, guys. Thanks.
That's no problem. Welcome, Ian.
No problem. Thank you. Welcome, Ian.
So we've had a quick doodah from. Hold on. Let me get the right one. Let's see what people are saying. Somebody. Falconer was saying he's not got a mic, so he's not going to be able to do the interviews, which is a sad thing because I think the skill he showed in getting around that circuit upside down, I would like to have heard him and seen what he sounded like. And also had the ability to listen to him and practice doing a New Zealand accent. All of these things. But never mind, we're disappointed. We're disappointed Jack's not going to be able to make it. We're disappointed that Diako didn't make it. We're disappointed that Don, Racer 14, can't make it. And, oh, Glasgow, doing some weird things with the back end of his car. Let's go to the Bobster, doing equally weird things with the back end of his car. Let's follow him. Oh, look at that, some blues and greeny gold. Ooh. So I want to say that in this we would normally have JJ, Jack Balding Racing, our power-packed, what would you call him? Power-packed little packet of speed, all wrapped up in a little teenage body, is poorly sick thanks to being stabbed in the arm by evil Boris Johnson, and you know, it's very sad. It's very sad because I need to get in that my nickname for him is Vin Petrol because he's faster than a Vin Diesel.
Just so you know, in the chat of Richie, Jack is asking when does race start. I'm interested to know why he's asking that. So I've just put very soon, Jack. I just want to know what he's going to reply.
That kid just has no patience. You'll learn that all the way through this series. Jack, we're getting sorted. We're doing stuff. It's not he's thinking to race. It's not he's thinking to race.
Sit on your hands, but not on their arm that's hurting, obviously, and get yourself a lick of sweetie and suck on it, and then you'll be fine. Alright, no, actually don't, because you'll have sugar and you'll get even more hyperactive.
Simon, you're doing the parade lap again.
Yeah. Do the parade lap. Get in there.
I'm going to type it.
I'm gonna
So, let's go. JD, Whiskey File, won't be able to type any more jokes in for this race because he's racing.
Okay, I'm in the pits, ready and waiting.
Nice.
So just let me know when you're ready.
Funny looking Audi, hairdresser's car, white and black. Neil the Seal, another person from Australia. You can see he's got the thingy under the Union Jack in the corner. See it? Neil the Seal. Dun dun dun. Guinness Mikey with his British flag. Now, to make this clear, the reason he has a British flag is that when he was setting everything up, he thought it was asking him what language he speaks, and it wasn't. So he's actually from Southern Ireland, Era, which I'm saying wrong, so should have the same flag as Richie Roo, the Irish flag with its colours in a line, stripes. What else? Also a great bloke, been very kind to me. Give him a hug if you ever see him. Especially if you're good looking and you've got big boobs.
I like the fact, Richie, you've done this time no order behind the second car. Forget all that.
Oh, we've got Diako. Diako there. Now is that Diako or is that Diako not Diako? That's Diako, isn't it? Ah, right, Whiskey File. Yes, he's got his new livery. He was telling us earlier, wasn't he, that he's got this new livery. Let's go and find him. Where is he?
Yeah.
There he is, JD. Okay, stupid angles. So we're going to have to get my normal favourite one, so we can have a good look at it. This is his new livery. I'll read this out, from WSA Logistics. Whiskey File Logistics is my cargo flight company. Ah, which you do on the line, in the flying over the Atlantics and things. And I'll be flying tomorrow for 8 hours flying freedom from Florida to London Heathrow. Right, so another link I will plunk in the description when I get around to modifying it properly, you know, will be a link to Whiskey File's channel where you can see him either race streaming or flying airplanes streaming. And he also does videos on Whiskey where he says he doesn't like Jamesons. But apart from that, he's alright. Terrible man.
I think we should mention, Andrew, basically now, as Jack isn't going to be racing, as far as I know, this championship is now between GLR-JD and Scotty Senior.
Ooh. So this gentleman here and Scotty Senior. Now I was showing you Scotty Senior. I was going through them earlier. And I'm going to say that this chappy chap here, we've seen how quick he is in his snot green Scirocco that looks like it's been made radioactive.
Can I just interject there, guys?
Certainly. Carry on, sir.
GLR, the two that are obviously in the prime positions would be Scotty and Jack. It's the best 4 from 6.
So you pick for, so it's like the original Formula 1 World Championship where they did 9 races and they picked and they picked the top 6 results.
From 6. Current standings would be that at the moment Jack would win the championship, win the series, and then would be Scotty, I believe, would finish second because it's the best 4 from 6.
Yes, and he's got 250s, 2 to 3. Yes.
Win the series, and Jack would then become runner-up in the series, and then subsequently after that. The only time it comes to the main score would have been if Jack had been able to compete tonight and came second, and if Scotty had finished first.
Yeah.
Then we would have had a total score scenario.
Okay.
So to explain that to everyone listening who maybe hasn't seen the scoreboard, Jack's results in the 5 races that we've had before today is 41 points, 50, 50, 50, then 38. Scotty's is 50, it didn't start, 45, 45 and a 50. So if Scotty wins and gets another 50, that's 3 50s he can choose and a 45, which trumps the 41 that Jack can pick, so he would win by 4 points. That makes perfect sense. If Jack could have competed and come second, he would have ended up with another. Well, no, what's the? Come on, Andrew. Where are they? I've got them here. I've got them here. I've got them here. Don't go away. 45 points. He would have got a 45 points, so it would have presumably gone into countback, would it? How many race wins or the next best score?
We would have then gone to the total points accumulated because.
Gotcha. Yep.
The key
and the DNS would have tipped it.
Yeah. And so that would have been the case. We would have.
Cool.
Because of that, due to that participation, their grand total of points would have then come into effect, to which Jack would then have been the series champion.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much for that explanation. I'd just like to say that whoever wins is, I mean, it's not irrelevant to especially Jack and Scotty, who are incredibly competitive, which is one of the things we've loved about watching them race together, because they never let each other off the hook, and they're generally speaking extremely clean, and they get very excitable because they don't like losing. Neither of them like losing, and it's great to see. However, what we've seen is a superb set of races with great people, great friends. Yeah. Right, get in there, boy. I think they're waiting for you.
Just waiting for the last car to catch up. Here we go.
Come on, boy, get in there.
So if you want to go through who's racing their route while they're...
Well, I'm just going to start. Right, so here we have... Let's get this info up. This is Split 1, Race 2. So this is the fastest split of the Hugh Hatrick Touring Car Racing Championship, the final round at Brands Hatch. We have the safety car going around. Let's have a quick look at this so we can see another, the brilliant livery that's been done by our very own Diako. Right, we have... Let's get... Oh, God, where are they? Where is he? At the top of the times, or top of the grid, is JD from America, Whisky File, with a 129.655. Then we have Glasgow Red from Glasgow, the Manchester United supporting person of the football variety, in his Peugeot with a 129.772. You can have a look at the wonderful red and white and black Peugeot. Then we have our very own Mikey from Southern Ireland down in Cork. Don't start doing the accent, Andrew, stop it. With his Guinness livery, for obvious reasons, because he likes Guinness and he's part of the Guinness Lounge racing team, and he did a 129.811 with a super fast time. Now we now have, let's go find Scotty. This is our Scotty, who's from somewhere up in the north of Ireland. Don't start doing the accent, Andrew. In his snot green and black one, he's super fast racer. Now he was actually the fastest qualifier, but received a 3 place penalty for supporting the wrong football team, or because Liberty Media thought that we needed more overtaking, and he had a 129.139. Then we would have had our JJ Vin Petrol in his, I think it was a gold-coloured Audi, and he was the next fastest qualifier, 1:29.275. He also had a three-place grid penalty for supporting probably Nottingham Forest. No, Notts County. It will be Notts County because he's a Nottingham lad, and if he supports Notts Forest, I'd put him at the front all the time. He can't join us today because his arm's killing because he was stabbed in it by a nasty person. Now, then we have Neil Seal from Australia, who's not actually a seal of the animal or the army variety. He was just called Seal by his niece, who couldn't say Neil properly, and he qualified 6th with a 1:29.840. Then we have not Bob Damo from Bristol, lol, who is a bobster but not called Bob. Let's make that very clear, Andrew, because I have obviously never got that wrong. And there's some interesting combinations of colours going on there. It's kind of like that limey green, gold, yellow, green thing with some interesting blues and ecosia on the top. Bob is retired, likes fishing, bridges and world peace. And he qualified 1:29.951. Then we've got this young gentleman here, Mr. Hugh Hatrick. With KFC power, he managed to get himself 8th on the grid, 1:30.019. He is improving, and he likes world peace, KFC, and driving pink buses. And then finally, we would have had we been able to, we would have had GLR Racer 14, our dog from the United States of America, who also can't join us for a reason. Is there a reason? Were we given a reason? Is it because he's American?
His PlayStation is broken.
Oh, that's right, it's PlayStation. Crappy Sony. Sony's not been the same since the 1980s stereos, or actually the 1990s stereo that I bought, which I had for 25 years before my ex-girlfriend, she must not be named, lost it for me. Cow. Anyway, he qualified last at the 1:30.255, as we said earlier, but he's not able to join us. Fortunately, however, to not make up for, but at least make us a bit happy, Diako's done this lap. Let's watch him here. This is the gentleman that's done many of the liveries. He's getting his tyres changed. He's got 99 on the top, even though... Oh, that's 66. That's fair enough. I don't know what... Somebody say something nice about Diako, because, you know, I keep remembering he drives a Harley Davidson. See, no one can. Harley Davidsons, don't do it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was so concentrating on keeping ahead of Hugh Elbows Hatrick, and a bit worried. The pressure of him being behind me.
Moomin showing off. What's he doing there? Hold on. What's Moomin doing there? They're all there. They're all there.
Yeah, well, good luck everybody. Enjoy the final split one race of the series.
Right, let's have a look what people have been saying about me. Someone laughed. Dirky Dirk, Diako. I don't know why I said Diako in that. It's kind of like, that's a very strange way of saying that, Andrew. Anyway, R.I.P. PS4. Oh, Ant has joined us. Woohoo! Whiskey file, PS4 is dead. Often, I hope mine isn't dead. I need it. Then when I got... Oh, I've got to come out and go back in. So annoying. Get on with it. Do something. Strange people. Yes, yes. Yes. Yes, come on. Come on. Come on. All those meaningless DRs and SRs which I ignore, they're just letters to me. Okay, let's get back in there. Come on, let me get back in there. Let me get back in there. Let me get back in. There we go. There we go, we're off. JD in front. Let's...
Good start by Glasgow. Looks like JD's going to hold on. And Scotty again has made a good start.
Bit of argy-bargy going behind. Ooh, 3 abreast. Going around thinky thing curve. I forgot the name of already. Oh, there's a wedge.
Glasgow keeps Scotty behind for now.
Glasgow's coming up to his rear, goes, can you sew? So I go back to school again. JD's going, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't actually talk like this. I'm from California. Wait a minute, how do the Californians go? Hey man, you gotta go on Route 15. No, that's not right. I'm trying to do Saturday Night Live when they do that thing.
Oh dear.
Well, they do that thing where it's really funny and they're all in a room.
Stop trying, please.
No! Oh, no, but it was funny.
Oh,
hey man.
So Close taking the lead and GLD just made a bit of a mistake.
JD was doing so well. We're now with Mikey. Yes, we're with Mikey. Let's go back. Ooh, where are we going? We're going the wrong way. That's what it is. They're all in a line. We've got something that looks like, but isn't, KFC, because it says Johnny Walker on it.
As we complete lap 1, it's Glasgow from Scotty, from Mikey, from JD.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Scotty's going for it into paddock.
Oh, God!
He's going to get it up into Druid, surely. Or is Glasgow going to fight him around the outside and try and keep it around the outside for the inside 30s?
I think he's got it. Has he got it? He's not giving up. No, he couldn't get the traction because he was on the dirt. Oh!
Good racing between both of them now.
I'm a Spanish.
Oh, Glasgow was tempted by a little move up into 30s, but Scotty had that one covered.
He kept it nice and neat. Glasgow was trying to put the pressure on. Nearly couldn't stop.
In the stitching, and they've got Mikey right behind him as well. So there's a 3-car fight at the moment.
Let's have a quick look behind, see what's happening. There's got a bit of a gap. Going into Thingy.
Hugh Hatrick applying the pressure on GLR a little bit.
I don't know where to look. Someone tell me where to look.
Something's happened with Demo. Demo's way at the back.
What's he doing down there? That's not right.
I missed it. I don't know what happened.
Well, because I will have remembered to save things at the end.
We shall save the replay, and we shall definitely check that out.
Do what we did with the EDTM and go through any bits people want to see.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the end. Right.
They've got enough of a gap for me to do this. Do a
Anyone
quick...
in chat can tell us maybe if they noticed it.
Oh, they're all so close to each other. There's no... at least we can see them all. Damo's 12 seconds down.
Carr said he seems like he's spun.
We have been joined by the guy... Oh, something very bad has happened there. Somebody came off in a really bad way. Where have they gone? Who was it?
Oh, that's Glasgow.
Glasgow's in the wall. I've got to say, Glasgow's not the kind of person to make that kind of mistake. So, did something go on with his dinghy?
He was saying he was having brake issues earlier.
Well, that was a definite brake issue. Now it's a sort of... Oh no, he's got it into a gear. He's got it into a gear.
It's not good to have brake issues when you got a corner like Paddock Hill Bend.
No, Paddock Hill Bend. I've got to remember the name of this thing. God, brain, please stop being dead. No. My brain never used to be dead. But at least, you know, Damo's got some...
running away with it now. Can he keep focused for the whole race and not make any mistakes?
Neil the Seal is challenging the supremacy of his Scottish counterpart.
Thanks, Jack. If you have a look, that'd be great. I don't think I saw it, though.
Can we have a wheel shot? Oh, Pagan Antlers. I'll give you a wheel shot, sir, an internal Majiggy shot. Unless you mean a wheel shot of one of the wheels, in which case, no. Because you know what, and that might be why you're asking, because you know I hate them. I've got LOL at the end of it. Yes, he's expecting me to show him a picture of a wheel going round, because that's what F1 does these days. Ooh, look, a wheel going round. Ooh, look, the inside of something. Ooh, look, somebody's face behind a bloody thing on the, what's it called, a helmet. Ooh, look, a fat bloke sat there. Oh, we've missed a real action. Oh, he's gone to the inside. Neil the Seal, is he going to...
Hugh Hatrick putting a move on.
No, it's the other way around. Oh, Hugh was in front.
And he's coming back in and sealed it. And
Neil's forced him to go wide into the hair. Oh, that was a bit... but you see, this is why I love these guys, and I could give them all big hairy hugs, because he knew he'd punted him, and he gave him the place back.
He held it back and allowed Hugh to come back onto the track.
Big hairy hugs. Let's take one. Right.
And to be fair, I think that was a bit of lag more than anything.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, I saw the car sort of jump a little bit, so I think there was a bit of lag more than anything.
Right,
I saw that too.
Let's go back to Scotty at the front, who's got a 2-second lead over Mikey. Now, Mikey's a pretty swift racer himself. He might not be able to match Scotty, but he never gives up. He never gives up. And he's mad. Mad as a box of frogs.
JD's after Mikey, so maybe
he's got
they can pull each other along.
1 second. Is he catching? It's kind of like staying about equal.
At the moment, the fight is between Hugh Hatrick and Mr. Seal.
Guinness, Hugh Hatrick with KFC, so we've got chicken grease, trans fats and sugar all over it.
Well,
Neil the Seal.
He's only eaten an apple tonight. He sacrificed a Chinese takeaway because of all this racing tonight, which doesn't seem to make any sense to me.
It makes no sense at all. Another Guinness. And then, who had the Johnny Walker? It was Glasgow, wasn't it? Glasgow's at the back with his Johnny Walker. Which, incidentally, just because it's a blended whiskey doesn't mean it's not a good whiskey, because it's a deluxe blend. You know, bad blends like Bells and Teachers are made out of turpentine, white spirit, and vinegar. You blend them together, they're always going to taste like crap. Johnny Walker. I've had Johnny Walker Blue Label and was very disappointed in it. They charge you a lot for what isn't really that good.
Seal is all over the DRS area of Hugh Hatrick at the moment.
Yep, he's looking at his chicken arse.
We're going into an important set of corners here, coming down to Dingle Dell, into Sheen. This is where you've got to keep it clean. If you're slightly out.
The fat man in a cheap sim.
Coming into Sterling's.
JJ saying that Damo got spun, he thinks. So we're going to have a look at that, because we may need to... Oh, something funny's happened there. What's happened there?
Oh.
Seal got a penalty and he's just served it.
Oh, okie dokie. I was looking at the comments on your stream, where JJ is saying that...
We'll leave that. Don't even bother trying to figure that out. Leave it.
Well, I'm not trying to figure it out. I just wanted to read it. So yes, that's right, Ian. If Scotty doesn't win, then JJ's champion. So JJ is egging Scotty on to go faster and faster until he breaks a sound barrier and goes through a wall. With love, obviously.
That's one way of looking at it, I suppose.
Yeah, you know. Listen, he's a competitive lad. That's a competitive and impatient. So he wants to get to the end of the lap as fast as possible. Get out of my way. So that's why he keeps winning. It makes sense to me.
Now Hugh's now driving. You've got a little bit more space between
2 seconds.
Seal now, so he's driving a little bit more smoothly, hitting those lines and apexes. So
I've no idea if you can hear me, but listen, calm it down, mate. Calm it down. Just remember, each corner at a time. Keep it smooth. Don't try to outbrake yourself. Don't try to go too fast into and around every corner, and you'll be fine. Keep it on the tarmac. There you go. Race engineering.
There we go.
Ruse Race Engineering. I'm available for bar mitzvahs. Try the veal. I'm thinking... Oh, see, it's still around a second between JD and Nike. I'm thinking that's probably the closest fight at the moment. Oh, we don't know. Because this chap's 3.5 seconds ahead. Yeah. So I'm thinking let's watch this chappy wappy do a lap.
Remaining fairly constant, isn't it? So, and they're not really, well, what's it, 3.6? Scotty's just pulling out a little bit all the time.
Right. Do you remember I asked you to remember what the fastest lap was? In Split 2?
Yeah, it was 1:29.8. These guys are doing, so the fastest lap for Mikey, he's got a 1:29.4.
Have a look at Scotty's.
Scotty's 1:28.9.
Yeah.
But you go through the list, it does prove that actually as soon as you get down to Hugh and Seal, all on alone, the Tron would have been very competitive. He'd have been up here in the top 4 or 5.
Absolutely. So for the next series, hopefully, I mean, yeah. So Hatrick is a 1:30. But
he'd have been up there with GLR.
All Alone Tron was also in his 1:30s, apart from the last few laps where he really sort of like got into his rhythm, got into the flow. So yeah, he would have been right up there.
Between 3rd and 4th, basically.
I'm quite disappointed Diako's not in this, actually, that he didn't carry on and race. I would have liked to see him race.
Yeah.
Even just for the fun.
Joined in.
Oh, the Bobster, not Bob. Going too fast into that corner like I do. You see, it's nice to have someone that copies my way of going around that corner. Going too fast, end up on the grass, possibly in the gravel, but he didn't crash, so he's obviously better than I am. Because I normally
faster.
Right out there. Well, it's whether... If I'm concentrating on something else and trying to get everything right, what tends to happen is I forget what I'm doing and I turn in too late. Yeah. Whereas if I turn in right, I'll get it right and the speed I'm doing it is fine. That's what happens with that corner. I'm normally okay with that corner unless I sort of get a tiny bit distracted, which is very easy to do, you know. But dust goes in front of my face.
Yeah, you just got to be looking past the apex, so then you're following your car. You know, that's what you're aiming for, and you know, usually you turn in
works if I have to take my glasses off so it's blurry. That's generally what it is. Past the apex, blur. So let's go.
Well, the feels well. I don't know what we got. Monica's only 1.3 ahead of JD. JD's really pushing as hard as he can.
Let's have a look. Let's go on board with JD. So we follow JD for a little while. Look at him trying to catch up with the Mikey. Mike. From the beautiful county of whatever Cork's in. Thingy.
County Cork?
Could be.
County
Cork.
There we go.
Is he in Kilkenny? Or is that off a comedy show?
No.
Kilkenny's something else, isn't it?
Kilkenny is another town.
No, I know it's another town, obviously, because it's got another name, duh.
Yeah, well, so Mikey is holding JD off at the moment. He's just managing that gap. He's just gone a bit wide at 30s, but JD isn't going to have to really take full advantage of it. They're sort of matching blow for blow at the moment. It's going to be if Mikey makes that sort of small mistake, JD will be there. And Scotty's now looking at 5.5 seconds ahead. Doesn't have to do any flashing of any lights. He's not having to use that thumb pressing the button on the steering wheel.
Flashing the lights at the birds that electronically fly across in the way.
Well, there I am at Brown Touch waving at him, and he's flashing at me every time he goes past. That's probably what he's doing.
And the lights. So does anybody know any Cork and Kerry jokes? I know that's a sort of
He's flashing the lights at you now.
So he's listening. He's listening.
Hey, there we go. He's flashing those lights.
Right. Okay. Let's get him on the screen. Come on. All right. Do it again, Scotty. When you got a minute, we're on you. Looking at the front.
I thought he said he turned all the commentary down, so that shows you he doesn't.
Or maybe you can just hear your sultry tone.
Yeah, if Jack was racing with him, he would have done, definitely. I don't think he would have had us turned up then. Yeah. Now give your thumb a rest, Scotty. Don't wear your thumb out, mate. Let's not put you off. Oh my good grief.
Oh, buried in the wall.
Oh, I know what we need, because I know someone that likes me to do this, because he keeps asking for it. There you go. Inside shot. You like that? For some bizarre reason.
JD's got it down to less than 8/10 now. Ooh. I think he's getting close to slipstream range. He's going down up to Hawthorns now.
Matty told me many eons ago that 3/4 of a second is the edge of slipstream range.
Yeah, he's in it now, he's within it, so if he keeps tidy, they're going to be very close when you come.
Oh, that was a bit untidy. He's pushing. He's pushing.
He's lost a bit of time there.
No one said push in either chat for a while now.
Oh dear.
I should put it in there. Push. There you go. I have typed it in. I'm typing it in. To both. Push.
Well, we're coming up to the halfway point of the race. 15 minutes to go.
Ian's put push in. So Jack said in Richie's stream, a lot of tyre squeals. Yes, it's squealing like a pig.
Is he trying to say his tyres never squeal?
I would imagine his tyres get tortured. Probably. It's like, the way these two go, very fast. And the tyres are going...
Just as we're at the halfway point here, I just want to say a big thank you to Matt for everything that he's done for this series. Yeah. And it's unfortunate he couldn't be here tonight, but I just want to say big thanks to him. Go subscribe, TMK Racing 444. Great guy, great channel. Go subscribe.
That will also be in the description, a link to his channel. He is a legend in his own commentary time. Is that the right way you put it? He's a legend anyway. He's a legend.
Top bloke from Lincolnshire. Lovely bloke.
Yeah, Lincolnshire. I like Lincolnshire. Even though it's flat and all the roads are made with a ruler.
That isn't it? You go to the Lincolnshire Wolds, it's not very flat at all.
Isn't it? The bits are on the word. So the Lincoln, I mean, is Sutton-on-Sea and Mablethorpe in the Lincolnshire Wolds, or?
No, not really. Lincolnshire Wolds are a bit more inland, and you go a bit further north, and as soon as you hit them, you're going up and down.
So we're talking like Boston and all that kind of stuff?
Lincolnshire Wolds is you're heading towards Lincoln itself, so in between Lincoln and Louth. Lincoln and Louth.
Okay, yeah, I've actually driven there when I got old enough to drive, and I went there with my mum and my wife and my kids.
Right, JD's back down to under a half second behind now as we come over the finish line again.
We are on board with them on the stream now.
Oh, is he going to have a chance? If he keeps his clean toes, he's going to have a chance up into Druid, sure.
No! We went a little bit wide. That was a clench bum moment, that was.
Saved it well though, he didn't lose it, so he's still there.
Saved it much betterer than many others have. So to put things in context, Scotty has got fastest lap, and it is a second faster than the fastest lap in Split 2. This is why we have Split 2, other than the fact that we like to confuse everybody by having Split 2 as race 1 and race 2 as Split 1.
But to give Split 2 a bit of respect, a second isn't a great deal amount of time, especially on a track like this.
No, not at all.
So,
exactly.
yeah, it's, normally it'd probably be a bit more, but yeah.
Right up there now is 3/10. He's looking. Is he flashing his lights? Let's see if he flashes his lights. No, he's not flashing his lights. Flash the lights, JD. Apparently it does something. I'm going to go and look behind this way. Maybe Mikey should flash his lights to put him off. Maybe he should put his hazard lights on, pretend he's slowing down because he's braking down, then disappear off.
The clearways quite well there, JD, so he's got a good run down here into Paddock Hill Bend. He keeps it smooth, and up into Druids again, he's got another good chance. If you can avoid the sand this time. Oh, he went a bit wide again.
They're on the edge, because they're on the edge, absolute edge. He's taking a slightly wider line in there.
Yeah, it's interesting, they're taking slightly different lines into Druids.
So this has come to the end of lap 13. Is that the end? No, the beginning. We're halfway through lap 13. Where the hell am I? With 11 minutes 25 seconds of this race left to go. Now, obviously in Gran Turismo 7, which is what will be used for HHTCR 2, the return of the HHTCR, we'll have machine guns, bazookas, oil slicks, all the stuff that the Bond cars have got. Apart from the completely impossible driving that they do. You know.
Just let you know, Matt is in Richie's chat, so hi Matt, good to see you. Hope you enjoyed your event tonight, good to see you.
Yes, naked, mud wrestling, or whatever it was, watching Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, oiled up, rolling around in red mud, in a big pool.
JD has a good run on Mikey.
He has again, yeah. Oh, he's just lost a bit of time again, going into clearways there.
He lost a bit.
But then he's gaining it again, coming down into Paddock Hill Bend. It really is one from one to the other at the moment. Can you get Paddock right this time?
No, he's wide.
Carried a little bit too much speed and missed the apex. Again, he's taken a wider line into the hairpin, which is called something which I can't remember.
But it's fascinating to watch between these two, the different lines they're taking and where they're quicker and where they're not quicker. It is fascinating.
That's between the Volkswagen and the Audi.
Yeah, exactly. There's two different cars which are
even though they're the same floor pan. Just saying. Just saying.
Just saying, I know you are, but each car is better at certain parts of the track, there's no doubt about it.
Well, it's like Skodas ride very well and have excellent handling, even though they're also the same. It's because they're better at setting up the suspension than Volkswagen are.
He always gets a good run up into Hawthorne, but as soon as you get into the fast corners, the Sirocco gains the advantage again.
It's quicker on the... yeah, it's quicker on the straights as well, is it not? Is that right? Have I got that right?
Racer 14 is saying the TT is terrible out of the draft, slows down a lot.
So
aerodynamics of a hairdresser.
So once he gets into the straight, he's gaining a lot of time, but as soon as he gets into those corners, and then the dirt, seems to harm him every time.
What did we have, 20 laps in the last race?
That's right.
Was it 20 or 19? I don't know, remember. Who are you?
I think it was 20.
Yeah, I think we hit 20,
I can't count to 20, I can only count to 4.
I remember you saying, oh, will we get to 21, and we didn't,
I remember
so...
that,
Unless I take my shoes and socks off, in which case I can get to 14.
8.5 minutes to go, just about.
Well, Scotty being a second faster, will he get to 21?
Ooh, he might do. He might do. This is a very good question. These are so close. I want to go through the people again, just to let people know they're still there, but this is too close for me to move. Sod's law.
He's got to run very early this time. Now this is a chance.
Is he going to be able to get to the inside? It's too fast a fast sweeper. Oh, he's managed to not bump him. He had to lift.
That's the thing. The Sirocco's just good into that fast corner where he just needs a bit of, I don't know, leeway, which you can't afford to have.
Soaking up the pressure though. Mikey's soaking up the pressure
really
well.
He's driving a great, he's not having to change his line, he's just keeping to his line and relying on that basically.
This is what I'm saying about Mikey in racing. He may not be as outright, he's super fast as you can say because he's second, but he might have the outright pace of Scotty, but he's a superb racer and extremely tenacious and very calm, strangely. So that's good. That's what you need. That's what you need to be able to do. Oh, is he even closer? Is he going to get Paddock Hill Bend? I don't remember the name of.
If you'd have put Scotty behind him now in this situation, Scotty would be struggling to get past him as well. Exactly the same situation.
Well, and if Scotty did, you would see some real skill in the process. He would have to exercise.
It would have to be a really good move or a mistake from Mikey for him to get past.
Possibly with the flashing of lights.
Yes, that tactic would be coming in. Well, he's 8 seconds ahead. Scotty at the moment in the lead. Oh, here we go, Mikey. Oh, I thought he was going to get a little sneaky nose up on the outside, but he's right on the tail this time. Will he be able to get along the side? No, it's not quite there.
Oh, he tried it. Oh, he had to have a go, didn't he? He had to have a go. That's not really.
It's about showing your nose, isn't it, and just trying to put the driver off ahead of you. It's
distraction tactics.
Yeah. Sometimes to do it late like that is probably not a good idea because you put you off your line. But if you do it early and then get back online again, you don't lose too much time.
The problem with that corner is it's not. I mean, it is obviously you do have to lift or brake a little bit, but it's not a heavy braking zone, is it?
No.
And this is what you were saying about there's
few
places. Druids
is
is a heavy braking zone. Maybe you can make it up in there, but all the other corners.
You need to be alongside, halfway up, going along Hawthorne to be able to go through past that corner.
Right, while he's a little bit further back, I'm just going to have a quick go through the field. We've got Scotty right up there having a nice go. Let's not forget Glasgow out the back, still going. No rage quitting from our man from Glasgow. Good lad.
Good man.
Damo also is reduced his gap to 10 seconds, which is pretty damn good going, Not bad for an old man. Then you got Neil the Seal, only 3.3 seconds behind Mr. Hatrick, but still charging along in his golden black Audi TT. Mr. Hatrick. Let's have a look at his lap time. Look at the lap times. 130s, 129s. I told you he was getting quicker, mate. Honestly, because he wasn't this fast before. He was in split 2 in the very first race. I remember.
Last couple of races he's been able to get into split 1.
It's definitely improving. Driving a set of Corsa has really helped him out. And now let's get back to this little fight here, which is the only sort of close battle we've got at the moment. We would normally, if young JJ was going to be in here, which he unfortunately, obviously can't be. If he was going to be here, we would have.
Could have been like between him and Scotty.
He got a wheel onto the dirt, and that.
JD, when he did well again. I mean, usually most of us we get a wheel on the grass and that bit we're round.
Yes.
A couple of times, 360 degrees. But well done to JD for keeping that on and pointing in the right direction.
Diako Mikey's pretty cool. Yes, he is.
He is very cool.
Oh, what's going on there? Both going nuts around Paddock Hill Bend into Druids.
It's a corner, you know, the bend that you really sort of like hold your breath at, whether you're chasing or defending. You know, you're really like, you feel like you're hanging on, even though you're not in a real car.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you get into it, definitely.
Yeah.
I was Ant sent me a video of one of these moving, I don't know what they call them, active rigs or whatever they're called. You know, with all the movement parts. 40 grand.
Yeah.
40 grand, but seeing it work, it is pretty amazing. It's chucking you around. It's moving a good 1.5 foot in each corner.
Well, I saw one at Silverstone. I think they had one on exhibition there. And
oh, okay.
It was pretty impressive.
That's definitely rich boys' toys. That is. If I had the money for one of those, I'd probably have something else as well, like like a car. I mean, it certainly beats the bus. Sorry, Mr. Hatrick, but it.
Right, coming up to 3 minutes to go, so.
I'll have a nice Triumph triple with a straight-through exhaust.
I think it's going to be 20 laps again.
Ding dong. Yes, so 3 minutes, as you say, left. So that's enough for 2 laps. We're on 18, so he might get past just to get into the 120. The 21, 21st. Oh, shut up, Andrew. You say it.
Into the 21st lap. I think he just crossed into the 19th lap.
That's the one.
And there's 3 minutes 1 second left when he crossed over. At his pace, he'll hit 21, but he might just not. There's 9 seconds of a gap back to Mikey. So.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's a shame what happened with Damo and Glasgow. It could have been really good battles with them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What happened, but shame they had incidents.
They are victims of Brands Hatch, like many people. I'm afraid.
I mean, this is the. It's racing. This is how the crumble of the cookie happens. You know, chocolate chip with a nutty bit.
Like we said before the race. Takes a wheel just slightly off, and you are off. You know, you don't get.
Or when everyone's bunched together and
we've
something.
We've had other tracks in this series where you've got a bit of runoff. You've got space to go a bit wide and get away.
The tarmac runoffs, yes, absolutely. Whereas this is an old-fashioned track, isn't it? Which I mean, this is how they can stop that kind of nonsense happening in Formula 1 tracks. I mean, I know why they're like that. They're like that because of motorbike racing. Because in motorbike racing, if the gravel traps are killers, they spit you off the bikes. Yeah. So if they're sharing tracks with that, then they put the tarmac on there to save broken bones.
Here we go again.
This is going to be the last lap. This is going to be the last lap for these two.
It's going to be the last lap.
Oh, he's so close. He's not alongside though. Can he cut back? Has he got the... No, he can't get his nose up.
Go for it down into 30s.
Is he going to... JD's not the kind of guy to do mad risky manoeuvres, all or nothing, balls out. It's fair races.
Yeah.
So
to be fair to Mike, he just put the car in the right place, not too far to the right, so you left it open. He just gave it too tight to made it not obvious enough to go for it.
One of the most... It just reminds me, it's so funny you saying that.
He's done.
Is he going to do it? Can he do it?
Defend.
Oh my goodness, that was fantastic.
Brilliant.
Oh, that was superb. What a battle.
Felt JD had a run on in that time for him to have to do that, because no other time has he moved to the inside. So.
Well, he moved to the inside, they were alongside into the corner, but he had the patience to sort of let it happen, knowing that it was an impossible move in a sense, going around the outside.
Scotty's slowing down, he's going to make sure he crosses the line. He's slowing down. Here we go.
What's he doing?
He's just given up first place.
He has.
What happened? Yeah. What did he do?
He's done that on purpose.
He's done it.
That's on purpose. And you know why?
Yeah. Well done, Hugh. Well done, Seal.
I think, personally, I mean, I can't put words into the guy's mouth, but I think that if he'd had JD with him, they would have had a ding-dong battle. But because he wasn't there, he probably thinks it's unfair that JJ loses out on a chance to...
Well, we'll see if Scotty will come into the chat.
Well, we'll have an interview with him afterwards, and we'll find out.
We'll find out, see what he says. Let's hope he'll come in.
He's put in the chat. Stephen Scott has put, congrats JJ, you deserve the title. There you go, man.
Wow. Congratulations, JJ.
Yeah, congratulations.
Well done,
Scotty.
Wow.
Jack.
Wow.
Well done.
That's...
Wow.
You couldn't write it, folks. You couldn't write this. You know, this is Hollywood stuff.
Thing is that one of my favourite drivers of all time is Sterling Moss, and Sterling Moss has been well known for being an incredibly honourable racing driver. The one world championship that he should have had.
Congratulations for the victory.
Well done, Mikey. Well done, Mikey.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm in too much of a shock to notice. Right, here we go. Yes, you've got Mikey, followed by
I just decided to
JD, followed by Scotty.
And I saw what he was doing, and I thought, hang on a minute.
I won't say who that means is the world championship. I'll leave that to the officials to confirm everything.
That is JJ Champion.
JJ Champion. Vin Petrol wins. Not driving an electric car or a massive V8 American thing because he's not diesel. That was superb. Oh, must remember to save that replay. Oh my giddy aunt's trouser leg. What the firkin? My.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm speechless.
I'm saying congratulations to Mikey. Mikey won the race.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I sent that to.
Awesome. Let's just have a. Let's get to race results. There it is. There it is. I've saved the replay already. GLR Mikey in his Scirocco won 0.13 seconds ahead of JD. Beating Scotty Senior, who slowed to allow them to go past, I think it's worth saying, which Hatrick was fourth, who's probably wishing that Scotty slowed a lot more.
Scotty says, sorry guys, it wasn't fair with no JJ.
See, told you. Whisky Files just put an Irishman, a Brit and an American walk onto a podium.
Damo saying Damo said he missed braking at lap 2, turn 2. I hit Hugh, got spun, my fault. Sorry guys.
No worries.
Oh, okay. That explains that one then. What happened there? It was carnage, but it wasn't the way that we possibly thought it was.
I'm speechless. That was incredible.
Honestly, I think you've all done. If you guys want
to join the party chat, come on in. Feel free to drop in.
Yes, we'll do.
Do we have to send it?
I think we could take a... Diako joined on his own.
Yeah, hello, hello Ru, hello Simon, hello Richie.
Hello Diako, welcome.
Diako, let's ask your opinion, Diako. What do you think of that dramatic last lap?
It was an awesome race between Mikey and JD. I watched it the whole time from my point of view. It was really cool. The best part of this race.
Definitely, yeah, we were with it most of the time. But what do you think of Scotty's decision there?
I think Scotty should have finished first because he missed only one race, like JJ now, and so I think he should have finished first and win the championship. But it's his decision, it's the sportsman-like decision. But yeah. He would have deserved it.
Yeah, I mean, in every race he's been in, he's been up there, hasn't he?
He missed only one race, and now JJ missed also one race, so
but
it would have been fair.
I mean, I just got this sneaky suspicion he would have had JJ in this particular race. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not sure.
JJ needed a second place to win the championship, and I think even with a controller he could win.
Yeah.
And P2 would have been possible, absolutely.
But yeah, it's very close because if JD didn't have his little moment early on, he was up there as well. So.
Paul and Omicron, I'm glad you enjoyed that race. You're joined Series 2 for sure. You're in the Discords. Happy to have you on board. Great race, great result, great win today, mate. He's just after saying he will join Series 2 for sure into my chat.
Good man. Yeah. How was it?
Hi Scotty, good race.
Thank you guys.
Well done,
Apologies for slowing down the end. I think JJ deserves the title. He's been the quickest driver, and so he has most of the Series 6. So I think he deserves it.
You're a good man, Scotty. You're a good man.
I think I understand the decision, Scotty. I think, I don't know, I just think it would be really nice symmetry if you'd have slowed down and got second, so that you had...
I wanted to, but those two boys...
Those two were too close. JJ still would have won. JJ still would have won, but it would have been on overall points, and you would have had sort of equal sort of, you know, standings and all that kind of stuff. I thought it would have been an interesting way. But like you say, they were so close, just over a tenth of a second between them. Great battle between them.
I was a wee bit worried at the end. I had to slow the pace down at the end because I was going to get an extra lap, and then those guys wouldn't have been able to get the extra lap. And so I had to make sure that I finished on the same lap as them, you know,
okay.
or I wouldn't have been able to hand it over.
We were debating whether you'll get to 21 laps. Yeah. I completely understand it. A very honourable thing to do. I know you love the racing as much as you love the winning, you know. So complete respect for you for that. I know JJ's pleased with it. Yeah, great, really good. We've enjoyed watching your race so much. I'd just like to jump in and just say that Glasgow, well, you know, Glasgow ended up at the back and having a bit of a problem. His TV went on the blink. He thought he had a power cut, so that's what happened to him. He couldn't see what he was doing.
No.
So that's, you know, he's obviously not very happy. It's nobody else's fault. There's no fault of anybody there. Nothing happened to him.
He explained the tyre tracks in the sand, how he went off. I thought that looked really odd.
And it took a long time for him to get back because obviously he had to see where he was and what he was doing. So that's another gutted because he was doing really well also.
Okay, so there was no incidents to investigate. Everything was cool. Everybody's happy.
No, it's just incidents of investigating his telly.
Makes a change.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd like Stuart to look into Mikey for being a badass.
Yeah. Who's that?
He must be JD.
JD. Hey JD, this is Richie, DJ Supreme.
Sorry, say that again? You cut out.
This is Richie. Who's that? Is that JD?
Yeah, it is. Hello. Yeah. Hey, Richie.
Nice to meet you, mate. Nice to meet you.
Awesome race, JD. Really awesome race.
Awesome race.
Man, I was just trying to put as much pressure on Mikey as I could, but man, he held strong.
Yeah, he stayed absolutely cool. But you did a really good job, but it's like Monaco. The way to overtaking.
Now, have we missed a chance to talk to Neil because he's left the party? Did we get a chance to ask him? Neil, come back so we can talk to you.
I know it's early in the morning for him, so he might be getting breakfast.
And he's upside down, you know, blood pooling to his head. It's difficult.
Some people in here, especially because what we've been through the last year, I've been through it, it's tough. And I'm happy for him that he's done well. And I'm glad that he's done what he's done with this. And thank you to you, Lumen, and everybody who's done the whole show. It's been so much fun. Because if I'm being honest, how last year was to me, I would be doing this game for fun, being honest. It's so much fun and just to enjoy game for that, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Well said.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the thing, it's been fun. Yeah, yes, the first that happens with Hugh, but I'm over that. It was a mistake.
Does it sound like it? From the first race 6 months ago. Okay, you're not over it, Kyle. Got it.
The great thing I found through it is that everyone's just been fantastic, and that's been the best part. Participation is the most important part of this. If there's one of you racing, it's brilliant. You need everyone in this, and everyone that has taken part in this has been phenomenal. Really have, and all the help, support, brilliant.
And my best to say thanks to you for doing this. So I say if you despise FF cars, I don't anymore. Which is fun.
I like that. That's really good.
I don't know if I'd say that.
You did despise
ferociously fun?
So that's the thing, that's like, people don't know, I should despise FF stuff I don't like. When it's custom DOP, this is fun. It's just brilliant fun.
It has. It's had its moments, but it has been absolutely fantastic.
There's been controversy, but what happened? It's motorsport. We had controversy.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah.
Hey!
Hello there. Well, I would like to say, first of all, well done to all the guys who have been racing today in both splits. What a fantastic couple of races. Tonight was amazing. Really, really good fun. And to our champion, my goodness, you deserve it. And Stephen, you gave it away. You gave it away on the last couple of corners there. A gentleman.
Thank you, thank you. I think the young lad deserves it. He's clearly been the quickest, like, and he's been qualifying ahead of me most of the season, and any time I've had a bit of a lead out front, he's managed to hunt me down and stuff, so it wouldn't have been right to, to steal it on him.
Yeah, well, that was very, very kind. I mean, it's been a fantastic championship. It's been so close, and I was almost up with the top 3. I got a little punt which kind of put me a little bit away, but we had a fantastic run. And Glasgow, my goodness, I saw you go off into the dust, and I thought, what's happened? What caused that?
Oh, what I was saying to you, it's been so much fun. It's been so much fun. I've just been so much ever. I've worked the whole season of this stuff, but I'm doing FAAs. This has been more fun than FAAs have. I might say something.
Yeah.
Because FAAs do fun, but this is more fun. Like I just said, that's good to let me say that. I basically, despite the fact that they're fun. When you've got correctly custom VAP, that's meant to be fun cars.
They certainly are. I think the front drives, they take a certain skill to drive it, but the good thing is you can really chuck them about and exploit them, isn't it? So I think it's been a fun championship that way. They're kind of well within your grasp, and they're great fun. And you know the timings as well. It's been, especially with the 2 splits, it's been very close in every split. I didn't think I'd get into the top split at all, so I was quite amazed when I did. But no, it's been fantastic to drive with everybody. So a big congratulations to you all. And I'm really pleased that you found it lots of fun too. That makes it all the more memorable. And I'm very, very hugely grateful to all of you for taking part. To all the admins who've done a phenomenal job of running this stuff. I really hardly have to do anything at all except turn up and drive. So it's very, very kind what you guys have done. So a big shout out to all of you. You've done an amazing job. But I know that Richie, you were talking and you were interviewing, so who have you been interviewing so far?
Who have I been interviewing? No, it was Simon doing the interview.
Oh, with Simon interviewing? Alright.
Hello. You just jumped in and interrupted him, but that's fine, it's your series.
We were going to do him last, remember? We were going to go like to cap it all off. Let's get the race. The guy that started it, let's get him on. But no, just cut across, pal. Fine.
No, just
elbows Hatrick, I'm coming in. I've got a bus under my brakes.
Yeah. He follows that nickname really well, doesn't he? He just barges in those elbows.
There's no points for second, mate. There's no points for second.
Yeah. The only question, Scott, if you're still there, quick question. This may not really mean a lot. Did you make the decision before the race, or did you make it as you were driving around, what you were going to do?
After I qualified on pole position, and there was rumours that JJ might not race, I already knew in my own head that if he didn't race, I was going to slow down at the finish. Yeah. I didn't want to win it if he didn't race,
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Oh yeah, but so they don't really have a taste for you. I'm so happy for what you've done this past, for what you have done to them, what you've been through. I'm so happy for you because I know what it's like. I'm just happy that you enjoy doing it. I'm so happy.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. It means a lot.
So I turned polite, but I know what it's like going through. I'm just happy that you actually enjoyed it and enjoyed it. Yeah. I just want to.
Thank you.
It's fine. That's a fine before they say, but it's been known for amazing you in the. That's like even with the both thing of these. and like qualifiers, a fair judge assisted labours at my word. It was so good. But you, from what you've been, I'm really happy for you. I really am.
Thank you, mate. It's been a pleasure. I mean, just being involved in it. I mean, thank you to all you guys who do the commentary and Hugh, and I mean, a huge thank you to JJ as well. I mean, the racing between the both of us. Like, I know there's been a few bumps here and there, but I've really enjoyed the racing as well that we've had.
To be fair, Scotty, the only race where it got controversial was the last one, wasn't it? Every other one, the racing between you two was spot on.
Yeah.
Very professional.
Yeah, and I feel like it was always going to happen. I think if JJ had turned up tonight, it probably would have got a bit controversial as well, because it was getting closer to the end of the season, and it just meant more. So there was more risks and more chances. I mean, the both of us had to take, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Hello, Glasgow. Is that Glasgow? Hey, Glasgow, how are you, sir?
Oh, I'm an unlucky guy.
Yeah, we feel for you. It did explain the tyre, when I saw your tyre tracks and how you were pointing, I thought, well, what's he doing, you know, and I thought, and you weren't moving, something had gone wrong, so we do feel for you, mate, it's awful.
Just we crossed the line, I was playing at the game in the dark, obviously, just the TV on, and the TV just went, and your light just stopped.
It's awful, isn't it? Like, oh god.
No. That is the most annoying thing though, when they have these blooming energy saving things, isn't it? So it cuts off after so many minutes.
Yeah, it's one of the first things I did on my TV was get rid of all that, you know, reset it and make sure it doesn't turn itself off.
Computer says no. It's computer sod off. That's why I don't like this Tesla driving yet. It's like I'm quite capable of screwing it up myself. I don't need a computer's help to do it.
Did you were in the lead? Glasgow. Oh, you're very welcome. And to be fair, it's really been all the admins who have done all the work, like Richie, Papa, Diako, Ian, all the guys that have really been doing all the work.
Yeah,
it's been fantastic.
Great job.
Thank you to
Super
those guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Hugh's just taking the money. You know, Hugh's just taking the sponsorship from
as usual. Still waiting for my cut.
What happens when you're the boss? You know.
Away from making any money out of it. So
yeah. I would be amazed if there was any money anywhere. You know.
But you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere.
You got to keep emailing KFC, mate. Keep emailing them. They'll respond eventually.
Yeah. But no, it's so much fun though. I mean, I think what's so nice is that we all turn up. We race as hard as we can. And yeah, sometimes we have a few little incidents here and there. But at the end of the day, we're able to kind of get on and laugh it off and just.
So what's people's? I've got two questions. My first question is for Scotty, which anyone that's been listening to this stream knows what it's going to be. Scotty, it's a request. Can you please say car?
Oh, right, I heard you saying that earlier. I ain't getting an awful lot of interference and stuff, but you want me to say car?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. That's how he says it. Now, the second question is for everybody, but please answer one at a time. You know, hands up. What's been your favourite moment or race of the series? Let's start with Hatrick, as he's elbowed his way in earlier. Let's give him permission this time.
This one, because
the HHTCR, the whole series. If you've got a standout moment, race moment, whatever you like.
Well, I got a very good start this time. And I actually did it fairly. I didn't
just
cheat.
For you, I mean for the whole thing, you know, like a memory. But it can be about you, obviously. But
it's has to be about me. Not
fair enough. Okay.
You can keep trying, Roo, to change his mind, but he's going to
shut up, Andrew. Just let him get on with it. Carry on, Roo.
I have to say, I mean, I think watching you guys just take off into the distance, and it made me see how competitive both Jack, Scotty, and all the guys, the Americans, the JLR, and all the guys have been up there bringing these very, very fast times. And we've been kind of fighting for the scraps at the end of the top split. But no, you're incredibly quick, and you do it, and you're consistent, and also it's pretty much fuss-free. You just get on with the job, and you put on a great race. We've had 2 or 3 phenomenal races. I mean, really, really close races to watch in the top split, and also in the second split as well. It's been good. So I think, it's difficult to say what's been the best. I mean, I think sometimes the controversial ones are the ones you remember. So maybe perhaps the last race, as there were all these when poor old Jack was saying all sorts of things, and there was lots of issues. But we got there in the end, we resolved it all. I think all the races have been very, very good. I'm sure you guys will have your top moments as well.
Okay, let's go to Richie. I want Richie. What for you has been like a standout moment?
Standout moment.
If you haven't got one, that's fine too. Just.
Yeah, I do. When we were in the middle of the first stream that I was taking part of, and I was trying to help everybody out and be the nice guy and be the person there in the background, and I was referred to as the magical fairy.
Oh yeah.
Yes. When people still to this day call me.
Fair enough.
That's going to be a standout moment for me, I'd say.
Okay, Moomin, are you still in there? What's yours?
I'm still here.
One for you, please. What's yours? Yeah, can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know who. I can't see who's in the chat. I'm asking just because I don't know.
No, that's cool. No, I would have to say, there have been some standout moments and some fantastic showing of sportsmanship throughout the series by quite a few people. Tremendous racing. Some great guys been racing against. Race. I would say the standout probably would be Tokyo, the first race.
Oh right, yeah.
It's difficult to see this ever happening a few days beforehand, but a few guys came together and we made it happen.
Yep.
And from there on, this whole series continued and carried on. Hasn't been smooth. We've had our moments. It has been absolutely a blast. Working alongside like yourself, Matt as well, Ian, Richie, Diako, and Simon as well. And it's just been absolutely phenomenal. And that first race, that Tokyo first race, for me, that's the one. Even though I've had personal
that was a difficult one to get started. The first one was difficult, and I remember that. Me and Diako really. Oh yeah.
I enjoyed the first race.
Racing there was incredible. We were just me, Hugh, Ian, all the way through, and then we had Diako, and we were catching up with Diako. Actually, racing was quite good. A bit rough in areas, but that was to be expected. It was all fresh to us in that step. But great racing. But the whole event itself, that meant the most. It was that was it. That was like wow. Yeah. After that, it was stratosphere. Awesome.
I agree, 100%, mate.
So, I want to ask Diako, as I heard you in there, if you're able to talk while you're driving like a nutter in that mad car you've got on the track at the moment. For you.
What do you want? Sorry?
What, your standout moment. Same question.
Things we're all answering.
Was ist? Was ist?
It just switched for you.
Was ist los?
Was ist los? Ein Moment, bitte. I'm sorry, the pilot is not available at this time.
What was the question?
The question was, what's your standout, memorable moment from the whole series? Something that sticks out to
Tokyo.
you.
Tokyo was an awesome race for me, and racing with Moomin and cars. We had a great battle there, and how Moomin said, it was a close race. I really enjoyed it. The other races, I must be honest,
That's why it kind of blends into a load of madness. Yeah.
I missed the last 3 races, so the last race I did is a long time ago.
Okay, no, that's brilliant. Okay, that's fantastic, thank you. And Ian, same question. If you're still there? You still there, Ian?
If I'm being truthful, my best piece of news is the whole thing. Because when I signed up for this, I never thought I'd be in the same lobby as people who were A+ and A&B. Which is ridiculous. It's just amazing how it's very wasted, especially like this being about the total race. That was just so much fun. But if I started these races, I was like, second race was not that okay, but I must admit that race there with being following me and moving, that was so much fun. I thought it was so much fun at the start. It was. It makes the game fun. It makes the game fun when it's a brilliant race for watching things happen.
Yeah.
And you have to remember that I'm doing this. We're doing these sort of controllers in automatic. So we're a huge disadvantage compared to people who know.
Yeah.
If I stop by the good. But no, what about doing it? If you do controls and you can automatic, which is a big advantage. So I just don't realize if everybody, it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And Jerry, to ask Jerry the same question as he's here.
What, me?
Yeah. Sorry, Simon, Jerry, God.
Ah, yeah.
No, I called you Ian.
I got you used to me calling me Simon, so Jerry.
I was doing so well, and on average, at least.
You were doing so well.
Yeah, I was doing so well, and on average, Sod's Law has to kick in at least every 15 minutes. Yeah. So, you know.
Well, to begin with, I'd like to say thank you very much for allowing me to join the community. Obviously, I haven't been racing. I've only been watching it to begin with, and then I'm not Matt Standard at commentating. I wish I had a cool voice like his. It'd be great.
It seems fine to me, bud.
To stand in for him and hope I've done him justice and do a job, while he's not been able to be here for a couple of the races of the series. It's been very much appreciated, really enjoyable. Comes to a favourite moment, it'll be between Spa and Fuji for me. They were the best 2 races entertained between Scotty and Jack. Just seemed the pure respect between them at all times in those 2 races. Suzuka I sort of ignore because it went a bit wrong, but between it was Spa and Fuji, the number of times the lead would change, and there was no hitting. It was all very clean. They knew how each other raced. It was just amazing to watch. Obviously, I was there for the one at Spa, along with you, Andrew, and it was very exciting to commentate on. And then just watching the Fuji one, just at home by myself, was, enthralling. But yeah, they were the sort of stand-up moments for me.
So that's Davo, is my mic on?
Hey. Yay, who's that? Hello.
Hey. This is Davo.
Oh yeah, okay. How you doing, buddy?
Yes, I'm on my own now. My stand-up moment was Fuji as well. Not for the big racing up at the front.
Jack said that in the chat.
I bumped D-Max, who then disconnected. So I waited for him, and I had to catch up. Miles and miles, but I thought I did really well at that, so I missed all the drama up at the front. There's a bit of drama at the back as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Right, so I'm just going.
It was a good race. Good race all season. You. Thanks very much for being involved for everything, and appreciate you joining in. And thank you very much.
Yes, always competitive and brilliant. It's fantastic. JJ's put that his favourite moment was Fuji, like a lot of people. I would ask Parmaxi, but I don't think he's able to talk. He's got a cross in front of his, whether he can hear us or anything. So who else have we got? JD, is JD?
Yes, sir.
JD, have you had your go? I want to get everybody if I can. Go for it.
My top moment, I'm still just sort of buzzing from that race with Mikey right now. He and I, we've always been pretty close in racing. We've been racing together for probably a year and a half now. and I started off just being absolutely terrible, and to slowly improve, and he was one of the top guys in one of the leagues that I was in before, and so just to be able to at least put pressure on him and really give him a challenge on this one, on a track that I'm sort of hit and miss on. Sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes I'm not. It was tense from beginning to end, and I loved it.
Excellent.
And thank you for this on. This has been one of the most fun leagues I've had in a long time. I mean, just a bunch of characters, all the neat cars, the fun tracks, and just having a solely FF league. I haven't done that yet, and that was just a blast.
No, thank you. Cool.
Brilliant. That's fantastic.
Very welcome.
So anybody else got anything else they want to add to say?
I'd like to say, my standout point, I know Fuji was an amazing race and we passed each other, I think, 39 times, we changed the lead.
Yes.
But in terms of my most nervous, race of the season where my hands were sweating and my legs were shaking, was at Suzuka. Whenever I knew that JJ was angry and he was hunting me down, pulling me in by a wee tenth here and a wee tenth there, I was really, really excited that whole race, and I knew that the drama was going to kick off. At the end of it, he just kept on edging me in, but I was ever so proud of myself to be able to hold him out of the slipstream for 20 minutes at a track like Suzuka, because he's a top notcher. Like, he's definitely on his, if it keeps going the way he's going, he's going to end up at a world final, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's great to have
really good
in the series, isn't it? We've been very fortunate.
That's the thing I want to add. I know Jackson here, but Scotty and Jackson's been so basically competitive what I've liked. And the bandmates respect is the best part. Because, yeah, it's certainly very competitive, but we've shown respect for racing. Fair as well, what's nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
The race sport. I was thinking the same thing. That was very smart to do that, because this is return a complete truth here. But I'm not. I thought something was going to happen like during the race, but I didn't think you were going to do that. But I still think you made the right call. Because
he deserved it.
Yeah, but that's like I think if you do a second race, it would be really a bit of a closer fight. But you've still done well doing what you've done. And I always think to Hugh again. This has been so much fun.
Oh, you're very welcome. I mean, I really just kind of spectated and turned up and drove, and all you guys put it all together. And I was going to say, obviously I knew that at the start we had issues just literally a few days before the whole series was supposed to begin, and it showed you how well it had gone, because that had slipped my mind as to all the hassles that we had had. I tried to put it away so I wouldn't have to remember all that stress that we all went through back in August. But I really appreciate you guys, because honestly, you got this thing started when it looked like it wasn't going to happen at all. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate that, because you've done a fantastic job. You got this thing going. You really helped me through all of that, because it was the stress levels were kind of crazy, and you put it all together. You basically rebuilt the whole champion with about 3 days spare. So you did an amazing job to be able to do that. And the fact we've had so many folk take part and really enjoy it. Next time, I think when we do another series, we'll have to be really disrespectful and really bad drivers. We need far more arguments. Come on, we need at least a few more arguments to kind of like.
That's the first time I've heard anyone say, you're too clean, you need to dirty it up again. Come on. What is this? This is Gran Turismo. We're meant to be showing the...
Yeah, where have the standards gone? We're far too good for that. You know?
Where's the racing lack of standards gone? No punch-ups, no punting people off. What's going on?
That is one thing I'll say. But you've had a game with physics or not, there's been contact, there's supposed to be a way to give Princess back. It's not, I can tell you, I've watched other series, people wouldn't do that. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. And I think the respect has been there when... Let's make sense of your example, I get a bag, I appreciate it. Because that's fair racing, it's not just... It's nothing to say goodbye, that's not really fair, that's just unfair driving. And you want to thank Nuno, Richie, and all that for getting on the qualifying. It's been fun just to do. Just to
yes,
see
could
how,
Sorry, could I also say a big thank you to Moomin? For keeping me up to date with everything on the PlayStation to do with the championship. Thank you, Moomin.
It's an absolute pleasure. The entertainment you've provided, your skills, buddy. Worth every minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
It's phenomenal to watch you and also with JJ as well. The battles you two have had, the quality of the driving, it's been phenomenal. So it's been worth every moment of that effort of keeping you updated, buddy. It really has. So
thank you.
That sexy green nose is always worth it, Scott.
I'd like to add.
I've even got Ian's license lights.
Flash your lights. It's going to be your. It's going to be your catchphrase now. Flash your lights. Flash him. No, your lights. Stop it. Put your trousers back on.
Sorry, lads. Hello. I just have to leave now.
Okay.
I just want to say night. It was a great race.
Well, listen,
great series.
Before you go, I'd like, on behalf of everybody, to thank you for all the liveries and the help and the kindness.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome.
I'll chip in with everybody else.
Everything you've done, mate, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, you've just been superb. Thank you so much for everything you've done for all of us and for me personally. You know what I'm talking about. You've just been amazing.
You're welcome, Rule. You're welcome.
Stop. A couple of words from me. I enjoyed the game. Every race. Very good sportsmanship.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us. Superb.
I was saying that. See, from watching you in both series and EDTM, you've improved so much.
Yes, absolutely.
I know this might sound a bit... you notice that I'm new to the game. You're doing pretty well. You're doing amazingly for not getting used to the game. You're doing ridiculously well.
Yeah, very well.
It's been disconnected. He's kind of party.
Oh yeah, and that's one thing.
Yeah, that's Maxi. Diako's gone. It's this is Maxi.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, and that's one more thing I will say to you, Scotty. Thank you for teaching me that light trick. It works so well. It's such a brilliant trick.
Distraction.
That has been a
You have to get on the mic and start talking a wee bit of nonsense as well. Oh, extra pressure.
And that's one thing I noticed to be wanting to put stuff to be useful. I often enough in your lives where I'm going wrong. Because I think it's like at Spa, when I was following you, I was going faster if I was following your line. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's all about being smooth, really. I mean, so there's a lot of times the slower you go, I mean, the faster it is, you know.
I keep saying that. Jackie Stewart said that. It's absolutely true. Though being able to do it, that's a different thing.
And I want to thank you as well, Your commentary is hilarious. Oh my word.
Well, thank you. Wow, thank you so much.
It makes me laugh. It's like, yeah, it just makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. It's like, here you go.
So I'm sure there's counselling you can get for that. But all I try to do is bring my natural passion, a little bit of honesty, and not taking myself too seriously, or anybody else for that matter, until corner names come up, in which case, bloody well better get it right or else. So, so what was that?
It took you long enough to get mine right.
No, that was Hatrick. I could say Glasgow. I never said Glasgow. I can read. Glasgow.
Lies. That's lies.
Lies.
That's what I want to say, but I know that Matt's not here, but thank you for doing the commentary, Matt.
Yeah, thank you very much, Matt.
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely.
Matt's amazing at the commentary.
Yeah.
Because his commentary skills, if he don't want to do music vlog, he should do like, just like a local champion. This is brilliant. He does everything, and he's brilliant at it.
Yeah.
And I thank you, Simon. If Simon's still here, we're doing the commentary today as well. That was just brilliant.
Oh, it's superb. Simon's great.
It was great to have
Super
you on
duper.
board, mate.
I tried.
Absolutely. Very trying, yeah.
You're right.
I just want to say thank you, big thank you to everybody for the series. It's been absolutely amazing. The biggest thanks to Moomin and Diako, because the three of us were left with this a couple of days previous to it starting, and we tried to do the best we can to get it sorted, and to be 6-7 months down the line and here we are doing this, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely incredible. Thanks to all the drivers, thanks to all the friendships that I've made, and many more to come. It's been an absolute honour as Scotty flashes Jack Gunn down Fuji Straight and I'm watching it on TV. Big thanks to everybody in the chat here on YouTube for tonight. It's been awesome. On to 2022, and we'll make the best we can. Thank you very much, and thanks to Hugh Hatrick. Thank you for everything.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very welcome. Take care, everyone, and I'm sure we'll see what we can do as to another series in time. Once I get this job all sorted out with driving these buses.
Best of luck with the job, Hugh. Best of luck with the job.
My big test is on Friday, so once I've got that,
fingers crossed.
Then once I've got that. I've got my new motto, of course, haven't I? My new motto, you see, it's drive fast.
Just
but
remember
drive
the
your
passengers as well. You will need to stop from time to to pick up passengers, okay, mate?
We should find out what bus Hugh is on and get a sticker and stick it to the back of it.
He's already discovered that Stockton on Tees is misnamed. It's actually Stockton on Crack. So,
that was the thing.
Drive fast and try not to run over any smackheads. You know, if you can. I mean, so but just remember, where you're living now, it's traditional for you to run over some Mackhams. Apparently, I've been told.
All right. Okay.
Well, Sunderland. You know, and if you see any monkey hangers, don't avoid them. Monkey hangers from Hartlepool.
On that bombshell, you know.
Listen, you've come over the border. You've got to get used to the northeast of England now, which is different.
It's hilarious. Honestly, it's the funniest job I have ever done. The guys that I work with are true Geordies, and they're just so much fun, and they just say it as it is. And basically, they had this big recruitment day, and two of the people that turned up, you get a medical the first thing when you arrive, and two of them failed their drugs test when they came for interviews, and they were going to be driving buses. You know, so it makes you really think it's something else.
Yep.
But you see some sites where we go right the way down to like Middlesbrough and Stockton and Durham and all over the place and Ashington. That's where we're based, and honestly, it's hilarious. It's very funny. It's because the thing is, people think that because I'm in the learner bus, right? They put their hands out, you know, to signal tell me to stop, and of course you just drive past. Because you're not supposed to stop at the bus stops when there's actually people there. So they get so annoyed. And the amount of dodgy hand signals I've had, and you can almost feel them shouting out, swearing out loud, it's hilarious and that. So it's very funny. But no, it's going to be good. So hopefully we get it all sorted on Friday. Then eventually I'm going to get myself a sim racing bus, and I'm going to put sim rigs in the top of it, on the top floor.
It's going to be amazing.
On the bottom floor. And we're going to drive round. We can meet up, go to the big events, and hopefully we'll make some cash as well. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But we'll be able to have proper rigs in the top. Yeah, and also I think hopefully we'll be able to interview people live on the bus, which I think would be quite fun, because that's kind of the one of the features that it could do. So that's why hence getting a license is to help me actually be able to drive an old double decker. So look out for the
sim racing bus, that'd be amazing.
Alright, you battler. Alright, you battler.
Hey, we're almost there. We're almost there, aren't we?
Oh my gosh! That's fantastic. Well, look, a week. Do you reckon we're coming towards the end of this interview session? I mean, I'm happy for it to carry on. I'm not putting a close to it. Anybody else got anything else to say?
I just want to say thank you to everyone that's taken part. That's the other part, really. Just saying thanks to every single driver that's taken part. Because a series doesn't run unless you've got people taking part in it. And the key elements to it all. So I just wanted to say thank you to all those that enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure.
Make this series what it is, because the drivers have been. What's the difference? The real difference is the drivers. And they've all been great. Right from the top, right from the guys that finished at the top to the guys that finished at the end. And my respect goes to each and every one, all the drivers. They've all been phenomenal. So, great service. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. And anybody else before I do a quick sum up?
No, I'm done. We're good.
There's a yes.
Thank you very quick congratulations to Jack, and hope he feels better soon after.
Yeah, let's not forget the champion.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure, guys. I'm gonna hop out of the chat now, and I'll continue watching the stream.
Scotty, my stream is still on. I'm watching Fuji. There's about halfway through the race, and I'm gonna finish it after that. But drop in there and I'll see you in one of your streams. Thanks again for everything during the season, mate. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much, Scotty. It's been a pleasure watching you drive in your own streams and in this. It really has.
Just so I know, Scotty, will you ever get used to calling me Simon?
No, Jerry. You're Jerry. Definitely not. It just doesn't feel right to me, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you did say you were Jerry forever.
Would you like me to call you Simon, Jerry?
Well, you see, what? No, you call me Jim. Yeah, it is like that. It's exactly like Trigger. It's like,
Dave.
What are they going to call the baby? Well, they're going to call it Sigourney after the actress. You know, what if it's a boy? They're going to call it Rodney after Dave.
Well, Simon, you might as well be asking me, am I ever going to call you the same name twice?
I think we'll be waiting a long time, won't we?
I think if you look at the chat, we're about to have a special guest. JJ is about to join the party.
Oh, it's so great! Come on in, Jack Balding, Jim Petrol.
Come on, Jack.
Welcome in, champ.
Congratulations, Jack, but I've got to get going. I've got a barbecue to get to.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Top 5. You must have got a top 5.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much and for brilliant driving and great jokes. Very good jokes. 3 racing car drivers walk into a bar, you'd think they'd be able to see it.
Oh God. Not if you're in Slipstream.
Hugh Hatrick walked into the bar. He had a bus under his brakes.
I've come up with some very good excuses, by the way. Very good excuses.
Oh, I've put them all in that thing, or several of them. Depends how much he pays. How much he pays them.
That's a different question.
Make it all official tomorrow in the chat. In the Discord.
Yeah.
Official tomorrow.
Fantastic.
So is Jack coming in? Is Jack?
He said he is.
He says he is. Does he need an invite, or is he able to just join?
I should be able to just join.
I don't know what account he's online with. He should be able to join it.
He was saying don't leave Scotty.
I'll invite him. Hang on. I'll do it.
Oh no, Scotty said okay, so you know.
Yes, I'm hanging about now. That I want to hear it. I want to hear his voice. I haven't heard his voice in months. His voice made it broke now.
Should be coming in. Oh.
Which account is what?
Who's the next one? We've got too many in here, haven't we, I think? It says I can't.
What?
Oh, no, he's joined. There's only 11. There's only 11. Jack, are you there?
The HHTCR champion, BQS Jack.
Yes.
Okay, buddies, I'm out.
Okay, Maxie, thank you.
See you later.
Great
See you later, take care.
Dankeschön, mein Freund.
Dankeschön.
Alles gut. Macht dich Spaß, gell?
Jack, are you there? Jack?
Calling Jack. Earth calling Jack.
Attention, please.
Please don't swear.
Yeah, you're live on YouTube. Please swear as much as you like. This will not be going out as kiddie friendly.
What was it you say, Scotty? Attention please, attention please.
Could Jack report to the manager's office? That's all it is, Jack. To the
Hello.
manager's office.
Could Jack Bowling Racing please report to the front desk? We've got a trophy to give you. Don't be impatient, it'll be there in a minute.
But not actually.
Yeah, but not actually, yeah.
We have a virtual trophy to not give you.
Talk to us, JJ.
Have you got the mute switched on, Jack? You often used to do that.
Oh. Oh, we got Matt in the chat.
JJ. Congratulations, JJ.
Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, chap. Well done, buddy.
Great job. Fantastic racing. 39 overtakes at Fuji. How are you feeling? Oh no, let's pretend I'm on Channel 4.
Tell me how it feels to be racing as a new champion.
He's shy. I think he's shy.
Bless. He's doing the Kimi Räikkönen. Just say okay.
Yeah. Do you know what it is, Scott? I think his voice is broken.
Oh no, don't embarrass him anymore.
It sounds a bit deeper, and we haven't spoken to him for a long while, so, you know, has it, mate?
I don't know.
God, it has.
It has a wee bit, for sure.
Don't embarrass our little
No,
Jay.
we don't want to embarrass him, but I don't recognise him.
Yeah, but when you're 13, waking up in the morning's embarrassing, so you know.
So, JJ, what was your favourite moment?
Yeah, what was your favourite moment, Jack? Yeah, it was crazy amount of overtakes, definitely, and you both of you raced very respectfully. It was one of the best professional races there was in the series, I think.
I have it live on my YouTube at the moment. Anybody who's interested to look over it?
It was like you two were playing with each other. That you were just playing games with each other. They, you know, end of the straight, you know, one to go past, the other be a switchback, and then you get to go on, you know, turn 3 and 4. There'll be another switchback. Just constant swapping of places. and it was almost like it was going to, whatever was going to happen, it was going to be in the last half a lap. And it was. It's just like none of us knew who was going to end up going over the line ahead. Probably the closest race I've ever seen of any kind ever. Superb. Just a superb display of skill by both of you, really. Great. You've got great things ahead of you, young man. I think you're going to be all right. Yeah.
JJ, can I ask JJ?
Go ahead.
Tell me who your favourite streamer is. Don't make me sad. Come on, JJ. Tell me.
Good answer. Very slick. Very nice.
Yeah.
Brilliant. How do you say your name again? Bert? Fred Yellow Racing? I can't. What is it again? I can't remember now. Okay. Well, you can call me Betty.
Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. Alright, good night. Have a good day in work.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da. Right, so are we going to get Matt on? Because Matt's in the chat.
I'm gonna go now. Thank you all very much for everything.
Okay, well before you go then, I am going to sum this up. If you would all like to shut up, and I will just say a few words. And the first thing I'm going to say is that when this all started and, you know, everything went wrong, 3 people came in, and I know that the events before you successfully started this series really affected Hugh, and then you guys came in and you just saved it. I'm talking about Richie, Diako and Moomin, with the help of Matt and Ian, and you know, I don't think you'll ever be able to get enough thanks and praise from me to make up for the great job you've done. You've done a superb job of the series. You've also been a fantastic set of friends, I've discovered, and it's been an absolute and total privilege to be involved in it, you know. So thank you so much. Thank you to all the drivers. The skill that I've seen from the incredible skill of Scotty and Jack, just, you know, going back through everybody through the field, no matter what times they were doing, you've all been super clean, brilliantly consistent, and improving. Like Ian said, the improvement over the time, it's been wonderful to see. And you know that I'm not, you know, mad on sim racing, but I've witnessed some of the best racing I've ever seen, and it's because of you people and what you've done. So you deserve all the praise. Jack and Scotty both deserve an enormous amount of praise for the fight for the championship, the honour that and I can't think of the word that Scotty showed today. You know, he was right up there with the likes of Sterling Moss when he fought for his main title rival to get the points back, and so he lost the championship by a point. And you don't see that very often, and that's fantastic. And I'd like to say the last thing is that to see the sort of skill in racing among people that I can relate to. I mean, it's all well and good seeing people with 1 million, you know, subscribers that have got hundreds of thousands of pounds coming in from YouTube or whatever they get. That's okay, but I watch you people. I watch Scotty sat in his pink thing, and I watch Hugh as the fat man in the cheap sim and all this kind of stuff. You're all people I can kind of relate to. Not that I'd be driving a pink thing, but you know, ordinary people able to show that level of skill, and that's just been fantastic. So thank you so much, everybody, and Matt for being a legend, a super duper legend. So sad that you couldn't be here tonight, but thank you so much for Jerry for stepping in. He's been brilliant, kept me together. Matt's kept me together when he's been doing it, and thank you so much for Hugh for being a superb friend and let me do this. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, very well. I'm a little bit, but something says about overfield here. People who haven't raced tonight, it's been so fucking competitive. but fair and clean, and it's been brilliant. And I've said to you before, Jack, if you continue how you are, you'll win a world tour. You're up there right now. You are up there. You really are.
Playing Formula 1 at the moment, though, Ian. What's he doing that for?
Can I just say, live on the stream as well, he has assured me that if he does win a world tour, that in his interview he's going to say, Scotty Senior, we did it, baby.
Wow.
Probably good as well, then. Probably good.
Yeah, good lad.
Right, well, on that note...
Great to see everyone tonight.
Yeah,
exactly, on that note.
On that note, I'm going to end the stream here, and I don't think there's anything else anybody can say, because you've all said brilliant things, and using the words and the rating.
Thank you very much, Ruth, for doing everything, for all your commentating.
No problem at all, mate. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Scary, but a pleasure.
Character and commentating, it's really good. Thank you very much for all that you do.
We thought our best.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, everybody.
Alright, thank you so much.
Take care, guys.
Right.
Ciao, ciao, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Night night all, night night.
Night night.
Bye-bye now.